What's going on, guys? It's Logan. I'm here with my amazing co-host,
Brayden Noble.
And welcome to episode 10
Oh my
of
God,
Actors POV.
POV, dude.
We are here. I'm here.
We're here.
And, bro, we have a great episode. 10 episodes in, dude. Our 10th episode anniversary. It feels great. I love it. We're loving the pod. You guys are supporting it like crazy. We love you. We love you. We love you a lot.
We love you. We love you, buddy.
So, yeah, man. Brayden, how you feeling 10 episodes in? How's your weekend been going? How's your week been going? I didn't see you. I didn't see you, man, which was sad this week, but it's okay.
It was a little upsetting. Yeah, man.
I know it's sad.
No, I had a good week. I'm a little stuffy. Like, I think it's allergies. It's been having me on the rocks, but besides that, I'm doing good. Class went well. Things went well. Life's doing good. You know, can't complain, man. What about you?
Living life, you know what I mean? It's
life,
going
man.
good. It's going good, dude. Now I went to Comic-Con, or not Comic-Con, MegaCon, which is like the Comic-Con for Orlando, Florida, which is where I'm from. And crazy stuff. I spent too much money on things to hang up in my room, and that's actually what I'm gonna do tomorrow, bro. Dude, there's so many good things, bro. And I'm a big horror fan too, dude. Bro. And they had like masks, and I got like two hockey masks, bro. I went crazy. You probably saw the one I posted on Instagram. Was that the one with the gym? Yeah,
dude,
clean, right? And it's good quality too, and it's only like $30, and he does custom made stuff. So it's like, all right,
wow.
We'll hop on that.
Wow.
But yeah, dude. So I did MegaCon on Saturday, which was the busiest day. I was gonna meet Skeet Ulrich. I think as I say, yeah, Skeet Ulrich. But it didn't work out. Which really sucked. But I got to see him, and I saw Neff Campbell in person. That made me happy just to see her in person. You know what I mean? I was like, it made me feel all fuzzy inside. You know.
How long was Lillard's line?
I don't know. I think Nev was the longest for sure. And then it probably goes Nev, Lillard, and then Skeet. And and then Jamie Kennedy. But what's weird though, dude, is like I was really want to meet Jamie Kennedy too. That'd been awesome. But he plays Randy in the movies, he's been on a bunch of other stuff. You know he is if you've seen him. What Malibu's Most Wanted, right? I think he was in that one. You seen that movie?
I think I've seen it.
No. Okay. Anyway,
I'm whack.
Let's continue. I forgot what I was gonna say. But no, it's weird though because they all almost have come back to relevancy again. Like obviously Nev Campbell in the '90s, you know, with what was it, Wild Things? I think was it called Wild Things, or I think it was Wild Things, and then Scream. Right. Yeah. And then you have Skeet coming back, or then she came back with the new Scream movies and did some other films. I think one with The Rock or something like that. And then you have, I think it was it Rampage? Is that the one she was in? She might have been in Rampage.
I didn't see Rampage.
No,
that's one with the ape, right?
Yeah, the big I've
seen I think the end of it, like the end half of it.
Yeah. I think she's the wife in that, but she's kind of coming back with the Scream movies. And you have Skeet Ulrich, who was in had a big a couple 10 years where he didn't do anything, which is kind of crazy because I thought, dude, after Scream, I mean, he could have been the next dude, and I thought he would. Right. I think most people after watching that said, "Yo, we had that conversation." Like one of the most underrated guys, I think, when it comes to his acting ability, and it sucks that he really didn't do anything. And then he kind of came back for Riverdale a little bit, which I loved the first 2 seasons of that. And he was really good as the druggy biker gang guy. Jughead's dad did a really good job in that role, and then now he's kind of back with Scream. And then Matthew Lillard obviously has always been Matthew Lillard, Scream. And then of course you have all the incredible stuff he's been in, the Mystery Van, you know what I mean, a Shaggy, and all that stuff. Like he's definitely been relevant. Now you have the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie that he's going to be in, which I don't know if we talked about that last week or not for acting news.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, acting news. There you go. We got a Freddy Fazbear movie coming out, Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Freaking crazy.
Oh no, I think we did because we said Josh Hutcherson in it and a couple other people. But yeah, dude. So they're all relevant in a way, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely.
But no, it was cool to see all them in person. It was kind of surreal to see him in person. Seeing John Bernthal too, bro. Freaking Punisher dog.
What a freaking dog, man.
What a dog. Wait, what is that? What is that?
What is that? What is that?
Yeah, man. Love Shane, bro.
No. Wait.
Gotta do the head rub too, bro. That's his iconic thing. But no, it was cool seeing them in person. I had a good time, man, and saw a lot of crazy stuff there, bro. A lot of crazy stuff, and some of the costumes were dope. So I had a good time with it, man. Pretty cool
That's
weekend.
great, dude.
And I just been like we were talking about this before we started before I click record. Dude, my social battery's gone. Like I've been tired all day, dude. I've been out of
Just
it,
want to
but
hide.
yeah. But you know what? The energy's gonna be up for the potty though. Energy needs to be up for
Oh,
the
you
potty.
already
So we're gonna
know.
keep it up. You know what I'm saying?
You already know, big boy.
But yeah, dude. So today's been cool. Did I already ask you? I think I asked you first. How your week's been? Right? Weekend's been good. Weekend been. My boy's been killing at the acting classes, man. We were talking about techniques and stuff before this.
Heck yeah, dude.
So
Heck yeah, man. I had a really good class. My coach gave me some good notes. So I'm ready for the big. I'm ready for the big world, man. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
don't worry. My
pause.
Goku arc's coming.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is yeah, there you go. I see that. He's a little arc of my boy. You just got that joke at doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But no, me and Brayden, every time before an episode, we talk for like 30 minutes, dude. And I was just sitting there and I was like, bro, we need to like, it's a lot of
Start
personal
recording
stuff. But like at the same time, though, we definitely need to start just clicking record and see what comes out of it. But
Absolutely.
because we were really getting deep into some acting techniques and stuff like that before this, so we need to start just clicking record, man, so you guys can get our true, authentic selves out of it. Even though you do on here as well, I'm just saying, you get more of those conversations that just happen. We never know what we're gonna talk about, so it's just kind of cool. This is kind of more of a structured podcast, and stuff like that. This is no, freaking, comedy podcast where they just sit there and just talk, which is what I would love. Oh, hit my mic. I would love a podcast like that, but when it comes to acting stuff, it's so hard to not have a structure. You know what I mean? Like we almost need that there, just because you need stuff to talk about in the acting world. We're not interviewing anybody or anything like that either. But speaking of interviewing, before we dive in today's little acting, or not acting, but the movie we're reviewing and the acting news and the little ranking we're gonna do at the end, which you can probably see already by the title. We're gonna be actually interviewing someone for the first time on
Finally
this week, right? Like Friday or something.
It is supposed to be this week. Man.
Yeah, so we are hyped. James Jude Courtney. I'm so excited, man. So this Friday we have Super Mario Bros. Movie, bro. Let's get it.
Dude, I'm so freaking hyped.
Yo, I am
Did you see
hyped.
what Chris Pratt said? Chris Pratt was saying that that's not a bad thing. I kind of like, dude, I looked at you and I was like, did you hear what Chris Pratt said? It's a good thing.
Yeah. I know, you kind of scared me with that.
Yeah. He said, insinuated there's like a post-credit that like insinuates the second movie. So I'm pretty...
Which makes sense. So, and that kind of goes into the acting news here in a little bit when I talk about because the premiere just happened last night. And yesterday, and I've read some of the reviews and stuff, and that we'll get into that in the acting news. But no, what they're wanting to do is build this big Sega Nintendo world with Sonic and all that. This wants to be one universe. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be like an Adventures Endgame. They're all gonna get together.
Dude.
Yeah, dude. So bro,
dude.
and with Super Mario, you could do a ton of things, bro. There's so many different games and variations of it. Yeah. You can just go on and on and on, and you can't fit they're trying to fit a lot of different things in this first movie, but you can dive more into the Mario Kart thing. You can dive more into the Super Mario 3D world. You can dive into Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3, Donkey Kong's
Mario Party
origin,
movie.
Mario Party, bro. Like, you can do so many different things with it, and I think that's probably what the route that they're going to take. But, dude, this is probably this is the most anticipated movie for me personally. Like Oppenheimer's cool. That's up there. Freaking Flash is up there. But dude, this is different. This has been one of the.
Come on the podcast, and if it's bad, I'm gonna be so upset,
bro. This is the most hyped movie for me personally, I think, since Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Really?
Like I haven't felt the Batman was cool, but this is just, like I said, different, dude. And I'm gonna buy me the poster, and because we were talking about this before too, dude. All the stuff that I bought at Comic-Con, I'm gonna hang it up and stuff, and or MegaCon, I'm gonna hang it up and make my room look a little bit better because it's kind of bland. And behind me is gonna be all the Nintendo stuff actually. So the Spider-Man is gonna go over there with the Marvel stuff, but there's gonna be Nintendo stuff behind me, dude. So Yoshi will stay there, but I'm gonna bring over some other stuff, and I'm gonna have the poster where Mario's looking out. The first one that we got, the teaser poster, where he's looking out in the entire world. I'm gonna have that up right there. It's gonna be so sexy, bro. So it's gonna be clean.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, I've been waiting for this movie, dude. I am so excited for it, and I know Brayden is too, man. So
dude,
this
I'm
next
a huge
episode,
Mario
bro.
fan.
Yeah,
my dad's side, my sister, we like. See, while I had like an Xbox and a PlayStation here, my dad's, we always had like a Wii or like a Nintendo DS. Like we huge on DS. They were huge.
Oh yeah.
It was weird. Like, what's funny? It's like one of those like household things. Like we were like McDonald's like PlayStation, Xbox people, and they were like Chick-fil-A, like DS people,
Yeah.
Nintendo people. It was so weird,
Yeah,
right?
I get that. No, dude, I understand, bro. The DS is what I was introduced to when it comes to Nintendo. The DS and the Wii. Those are my two.
Yeah,
Those are my two, bro. Like DS Mario Kart was my first ever really like Nintendo
dude.
game.
Oh
DS
my
Mario
God, it was
Kart.
so good.
It was just
Or like
different.
Mario, what? Mario 64? What was it?
Yeah, Mario 64, I think.
Dude,
Something like
on
that.
the
I don't
DS,
know.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or the one with like the
I was born
little
in 2004, guys. You gotta cut me some slack here.
yeah, no, there's one. Ah, dude, so old. And you could go through the castle and stuff and secret doors and dude, great game.
Oh yeah,
I
I mean,
love
dude,
Mario.
I've played all the old Mario games, dude. I mean, Doctor Mario, freaking Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3. Like, not
You know the only
obviously
game I
not all the way
haven't
through,
played,
but what?
or like I played it once, but I played it for like only 5 minutes. Was Mario's the space one? Mario
Space Odyssey.
Space Odyssey.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I
So,
never played
our buddy
or the planet. I
Ryan.
played like the planet one for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, so our Galaxy and all that. Yeah, our
Yeah,
buddy
yeah.
Ryan is a huge Nintendo fan, and
Huge.
huge Nintendo fan, and he actually watched. By the way, he might be coming out this weekend, dude.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, we
Let me
might
know.
do something. But anyway, so he when he watched the trailer, bro, he was pointing out all the different little small Easter eggs I didn't even see watching the teaser trailer, 2, 3 times. He watched
Yeah,
it
yeah.
once and started pointing out every little universe from all the different games and stuff. So like
Wow.
Space Odyssey's in there, Galaxy's in there, Mario. Like
Wow.
he just really like broke everything down, bro. So I'm hyped.
That's crazy.
I'm
That's
hyped.
crazy.
It's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be cool. But anyways, my point though is man, this next episode is gonna be cool. We got, like I said, the Mario, Super Mario movie, and then we have the interview and acting news. It's gonna be a good episode, dude. It's gonna be a
Good
really,
episode
really
for
good
sure.
episode. So y'all be ready for that. It's gonna be
Be
a
ready.
lot of fun. But anyway, today's episode, man, episode 10, we are here, baby,
We are
with an
here.
Adam Sandler themed episode. I've been wanting an Adam Sandler
Dude,
themed
love
episode
him.
for a while.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
probably my like. It's so weird because you can't like put him in the same category as like
Like
these
Bale
the
or Leo.
Bale or Leonardo DiCaprio or Al
Well, dude,
Pacino,
if he wins an Oscar, dude, who knows?
but he's
But
his own thing. He's his own, like, you know what I
he's
mean,
like a Jim
like
Carrey and a Johnny Depp. They're like their own
yeah,
thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They're their own
yeah. But
entity.
even Johnny Depp you can put in with Al Pacino and all
Yeah.
those people. I guess Jim Carrey, yeah. Adam Sandler's just so unique. His movies are
He's so different. Yeah.
they're not critically great, but they're beautiful films, you know.
They're beautiful films, yeah.
And he did it again with Murder Mystery too, man. And I've
Dude,
grown
I
up
would
with,
nominate for an Oscar. Don't fuck with me,
dude.
man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I literally grew up with Adam Sandler, dude. I think there's only 2 movies I've never seen of his. Airheads with Brendan Fraser. I've never seen that.
I've
And
never seen
then
that.
also Punch Drunk Love. Those are the
I've never
only
seen
2,
Punch
and
Drunk
I think
Love.
like Overboard or something from like 1987 or one of like his first ever movie he did.
I saw that too.
Yeah, but I those are the 2
I haven't
only
seen The
movies I've
Rain
never
on
seen.
Me.
Oh, Rain on Me.
The one that you really like.
Oh yeah, Rain on Me. Well, also I haven't seen Hustle yet, the new one. I think you did, right?
No, I didn't, dude.
No, I
And
thought
that's
you
what I
did.
was saying.
No.
No, it makes me so upset because I really wanted to. I've
That's
been
what it
wanting
was.
to watch that.
Yeah, I haven't
so
got to that
bad.
one. I haven't
No.
watched that. So, so there you go. 3 movies I haven't seen, like big movies of his, but I've seen every other film. I love him to death. There's only been one bad movie that I can't watch of his, and that's Jack and Jill. I
Really?
literally, it's so weird. Like that's like the typical like go-to movie to hate on Adam Sandler for. But like, dude, I literally watched probably the first 20 minutes and couldn't watch it.
You know what's really
Could
funny?
not.
I think we were sitting somewhere one day and we were talking about it, and I looked at you. I was
We
like,
were.
I like it. And you were like, dude, you're crazy.
We were in the
That
car.
movie's
We were
terrible."
driving back from someplace.
Yeah,
And
probably
we brought it
the
up.
movies.
Yeah, or it
Yeah.
might have been, I don't know, it was lunch or something. But yeah, dude,
Oh, yeah, maybe.
he loves, not loves, but you appreciate the movie for what it is. And it's weird.
It's a decent
It's weird
movie.
because it's the same type of comedy he always does, the stupid comedy. But it
Yeah.
didn't hit it for some reason, bro. I was sitting there and I was like,
It's probably just because it's him and him is like the lead. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's like 2 of him.
too much Sandler.
He tried to pull a fucking Eddie Murphy and just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that's
it
Eddie
wasn't-
Murphy's thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
He plays himself in
Right.
the whole movie.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't the. I don't know. Maybe I need to go back and watch it. I don't know, but or watch it fully through, but it just the first 20 minutes, dude, I was like, it was actually hurting inside. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, it wasn't great. I had to go drink a Dr. Pepper. But no, here we go. Murder Mystery 2, man. Brayden, if you can get the synopsis ready, and we can kind of read that up, man. This is obviously the sequel to Murder Mystery 1, which is actually one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. Is it on the list of top 10? I don't know. We'll see. But it is one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies, and it's probably the Adam Sandler movie that I've watched the second most. The first Murder Mystery, because it was a movie that, like, you know, the movie you always put on that you always watch, like when you go to sleep. Sometimes I used to watch a movie every night, like going to sleep. I can't do it. My room has to be pitch black now, but with the fan, you know what I'm saying? I'm hitting you a little bit. Yeah, you know what's up. You know what's up. But no, I would always have a movie on growing up, man, till like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, and Murder Mystery was like in like top 3 for just movies that I put on like in 2019 and 2020. I don't know why. I just always would put it on. So I've seen the movie literally probably like 100 times, probably more than that. And it's probably, like I said, the second most watched Adam Sandler movie for me, behind my favorite Adam Sandler movie, which you guys will see in a little bit. But go ahead and read the synopsis, my boy.
Now, private detectives launching their own agency, Nick and Audrey Spitz, land at the center of international investigation when a friend is abducted. Boom.
Yes, sir. The Maharaj.
The Maharaj, brother.
Yo, he's one of my favorite characters, bro. He's so, especially in the first movie, they're all bowing to him. He's like, "What's up, my brother?"
Y'all know this is spoilers, bro. Like, dude,
we're going
so
spoilers.
Glad he didn't die, dude. I'm so glad he didn't die.
Well, and then this goes into the pros. Let's just we'll get into it. Let's just do our little summary. You go first with your summary.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna say it straight up. This is one of the better Adam Sandler films. I really liked it. I think it took this movie really reminds me of like a Finding Dory sequel, where like some people are gonna say Finding Dory's better, which is kind of like,
no way, no.
Dude, I've heard it before. Dude, I've heard it before.
Serious?
I've heard it.
Are you for real?
Weird, dude. I've heard it. Maybe okay.
Finding Nemo is like a top 3 animated movie of all time.
I know.
Come on.
Okay,
Finding Dory was okay. I wouldn't even call it great.
Monsters Inc. I've heard that one, like Monsters Inc. and Monsters University. I still think Monsters Inc.'s better.
Monsters Inc.'s better, but I can respect that at least a little bit more.
Yeah, or like Cars.
Finding
and Cars
Dory
2.
over come on.
Dude, I've heard that before somewhere. Dude, I've had that argument with somebody. I was like, "You're crazy," and somebody joined in on them. I was like, "No way!" But the rest of us were like, "You're tripping."
Yeah, you trip, my boy.
So, this movie was like a perfect sequel. I don't know if I would go out of my way to say it was better now that I've like let it sit in. I was telling Logan, I thought it at first when I first watched it, I was like, maybe I like it more than the first one. Where I'll give it like not negatives, but like what I liked about the first one better was I almost liked the cast a little bit better from the first one. But I love the theme of this movie. I love the Maharaj.
Yeah.
Like he is a freaking Chad.
The Indian culture was awesome.
It was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that that's kind of what we were saying with John Wick that I feel like they should have done. Like they stayed mostly in India and then they finally went over to Paris.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like a really good touch.
Yep.
But dude, Adam Sandler does it once again. It's a pretty funny movie. Adam Sandler humor, but he picks it up a notch with the combat scenes, man. I was really impressed seeing him wrestle and grapple and like, it was like John Wick stunts. Like when him and Mark Strong were wrestling at the top of the Eiffel Tower, like, dude. And I was explaining this to Sean, who you know, and he's like, look at me, he's like, dude, like on top of the Eiffel Tower. I'm like, dude, they were like John Wick wrestling, fighting because he can't shoot, obviously. I think that's a decent touch for his character. It makes him more of a brute.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. And I will tell you, and we'll get into this later, there's one negative that I've always had with Murder Mystery Party. And I'm so sorry. But Jennifer Aniston, your character is so annoying, dude. Like, Audrey Spitz is so annoying to me. Out of any Adam Sandler movie,
I understand
like
that.
one of my least favorite people, dude.
Whoa, really? Out of like all the movies? I think she's annoying. I agree. I don't think she's annoying, but I think I at least understand where you're coming from, especially in the first movie. She was better in the second one, I think. right?
I'll make. Oh, for sure,
First one, she
way
was
better.
yeah. First
She
one, she
only
was
did
rough.
one thing, and this is why I'm gonna say. Actually, I'll save it for my negative because it's like one of my only cons about the movie. It's not like
Yeah,
her, but this one scene, like this is like one of the pros. They fixed it. Like her character wasn't as annoying. She only
yeah,
did one thing that really annoyed the heck out of me.
mhm,
First movie though, dude, she was on all types of
yeah.
ugh,
Going
whack
crazy.
pills,
Yeah,
bro. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna say it was a very fair movie. One of Adam Sandler's better films,
There
for
you
sure.
go. No, I respect that. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as you, but it was definitely a good film. It surprised me. I'll get to this more specifically when we talk about it, but our pros. But I like that they didn't do the same plot as the first one. It wasn't even really a murder mystery in a way, which I liked. It wasn't even a murder mystery. They went. It was a kidnapping. So the
Yeah,
way that they went with that, I'll talk about that in a little bit. I really liked that. The characters were solid. I don't think they were even close to the first movie when it comes to characters,
yeah.
but I do see why you liked them. I thought the characters were really solid. Um, yeah, just a lot of good stuff, a lot of good stuff
Stuff,
overall.
man.
The third act I thought was better than the first film, and
For
overall
sure, to be honest.
the comedy hit pretty well. I do have a couple cons though in it, but it's so hard to do cons for Adam Sandler movies because they know
I
they're
agree.
so
That's why I only
self-aware.
have like one or two. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was something in it that bothered me so much throughout the entire film, which I'll get into in a little
I was gonna
bit.
say.
But it was definitely really bothersome. But overall, really fun film. I had a really good time with it. And yeah, I love the Indian culture stuff as well. That was really cool. The dancing. I like that they let it breathe too. There was this scene right before
Yes.
the guy falls dead off the elephant, who we think is the Maharaj, but it's not. It's the bodyguard that no one likes apparently. The dude's like,
Yeah.
remember the lady's like, oh, what's his name? It's Lee or whatever his name was.
Lou. It
Lou,
was
Lou,
Lou.
Lou. Yeah, he's like, oh, it's just Lou, and Lou's freaking dying. You know, just stabbed in the
Like
back. I mean, my boy's dead. You know what I mean? And he looks up. He's like, huh? But no,
what?
yeah, good stuff overall. Had a fun time with it. But not as good as the first one, and which at first almost no, sorry, I have a couple points. I was getting away from myself there. The Indian culture stuff, I like that they let it breathe. You know, in that scene when that stuff did happen right before that, that's solid 5 to 8 minutes of just dancing, which is cool.
Yeah.
So you got to really breathe in that culture and really take it in. So I like that a lot. Let's see, I was gonna say one more thing too. I don't remember exactly what. Oh yeah, when I first got done watching it, I actually was like, "Man, is this movie better than the first one?" Like, I really had to kind of take that in for a second. But then the more I think about it, and the more I think about the first movie was just done so well. Came out of
Yeah.
nowhere, and it was
Yeah.
it was iconic for Adam Sandler, and weirdly a really, really, really good movie for
Well,
how
that's where I think the
late it
hype's
was.
coming for right now.
Yeah.
It's the number one movie on Netflix.
One thing too before I end off my little summary is this movie did a really good job with expectation. Dude, I didn't have that high expectations at all for this movie, which I think is why I enjoyed it a little bit more. Because I was like, bro, how do you follow up Murder Mystery 1? Like, there's nowhere to go with it. I actually expected this movie to be terrible. Like,
Yeah, I
no,
don't mean
bro,
to cut
I
you
expected
off,
it.
dude. I literally said to Sean, this is quick. I was like, out of every Adam Sandler movie, he chooses to make a second one of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you look at all the other movies that didn't get a second, I'm just
Because
saying.
they were too good not to touch. Too good to touch. You got to like
You're
leave them
right.
alone.
You know what?
Like,
Maybe that's
imagine a
also-
Happy Gilmore too.
We're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see a Hubie Halloween too, bro. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Probably. But I mean, yeah, like Grown Ups too. You know, there's a couple of them, but they came later in his tenure. You know, all the freaking Hotel Transylvanias. Isn't that like 4 or 5 movies now? But yeah, live action. There's not a lot of them at all, and thankfully so. I think a lot of those need to be their own thing, like a Big Daddy too. You know, 20 years later. But no.
Cool.
So really fun film overall. I expected this movie to be like a 5 out of 10, maybe a 4 out of 10. Like, I really expected this movie to be bad, but it's pretty good. It's a lot better than what I thought, and good stuff overall. So I'm gonna dive into the con that I was talking about that really bothered me, and I have 3 little ones, or I have 1 big one and 2 smaller ones.
Yeah.
The big one is the CGI was
Terrible.
it was bad.
That is
it
one of
was
my cons
really,
as well.
really, really, really bad.
And
And
you know
I
what
don't know if
said
it
to
was
Sean?
on purpose.
And I know you guys don't know this. This is one of my friends, Sean. He's a cool guy, great guy. The thing is, certain shots, it was acceptable. Like, when they were in the room, like at first it was like kind of a nice waterfall
Yeah.
and stuff. And it was
Yeah.
like, it's
Yep.
kind of
Yep.
obvious it's CGI, but it was beautiful. So at
Yeah.
least you're like, ah. But like, I definitely know what you mean with like, even like the helicopter, like, even it was cool, but you're looking at it, it's like,
The visuals just
Adam,
throughout,
don't you have more
like,
money, brother?
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think,
Netflix.
bro. So the first time you get introduced into the hotel room, that's cool. But then they show it a lot throughout, and it gets bad. And then
Yes.
there,
It gets worse over the film.
there's different instances too. I'm trying to think of that. Because you know what I'm talking about. There's points.
I do, and I
it's
can't
not off the top of my
think.
head, but like that's how bad they were. Wanted to forget about them. That you're sitting there and you're like, bro, are you serious? Like, come on. Like, and this is not hating toward him. It's hard to. I understand the work that they put into it, but like,
No, yeah, of course.
but come, like, dude, the first movie, there was no problems with
Like, when I
CGI.
watched Cocaine Bear, I was really pleased with the
Yeah.
CGI.
It was obviously CGI, but it was done well.
Yeah.
Like CGI doesn't have to look fully realistic. That's not what CGI has to be good. It just has to feel right. It has to feel realistic. It doesn't have to look realistic. It has to feel realistic. And there's points in this movie where it's like, okay.
It was just a little.
It takes you
off.
out
I
of it
totally
almost.
agree.
It takes you out of it in some instances, and that was my big problem with it. I was sitting there sometimes like, wow, I don't like that. But yeah, so
Not really an
that was
Adam
my
Sandler
biggest
thing.
one.
That's just kind of like.
No, because he doesn't do
Just-
CGI.
Yeah,
Think
that's
about
not
it.
his fault. Yeah.
Like this movie, you could tell Netflix like threw like a big budget at and was like, "Hey, have fun with it." That's what it was. You know what I mean? This movie was bigger. It was Murder Mystery 1, which is bigger. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
wanted to really take it to the next level, and I think that was their biggest mistake with that. But I'm glad I'm not the only one because I was sitting there. I was like, "Bro, right from the get-go, right from the
it
beginning."
was like.
I was like,
Dude, it was
"Ugh."
like 30% of it I was enjoying, like the little shots, like I was telling you of like the India, or like even when I said the India of India, or even when they did it with like the Eiffel Tower and stuff. Like those shots are nice, but then there's things where like people were falling, or like things would fall on, or when he got hit by the dude, it was the van scene.
Yeah.
That was terrible. I was sitting there like, what the hell? This dude walked in the fire, and I was like,
yeah, no, it was like, okay, like,
and then the van hit him, and like,
yeah,
the
it was
suitcase
bad.
looked like it was in Microsoft Word,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I was sitting. It was like Gary's mod. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I know.
is going
Yeah,
on?
yeah. I didn't. That's exactly. There was 2 times when that happened. That and there was another time too where, like you said,
I can't think what the other.
You know what I'm
thing
talking
was.
about? It doesn't land right, and you're like,
Yes.
wait a
You,
second.
Like, it like fell weird. And you're
yeah,
like, huh?
dude. And that takes you out of it. It took you out of it in those
Definitely.
instances, which is where the problem came from. I actually just added another con. It's a small one. Yeah, I'll go through. You got. Let you read off one of your smaller cons.
One of my because that was pretty much like
Just
that
read
was
off all
pretty
of them
much
because
my
you can
only-
you really just go through them. You know what I mean? Quick.
Yeah, okay. So that was pretty much my big main one.
Yeah.
Smaller cons. I feel like they could have had a more charged cast.
In what way?
They weren't bad.
Oh, like big, kind of impactful.
Yeah, a little more impactful. You know what I mean? I like the ending, but it was for me at least, it was a little bit predictable on who it ended up being at first, until the final like surprise, like with Mark Strong's character.
I expected the final surprise. Actually,
Really?
Yeah.
See, but that's my thing. Like, it was very predictable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't.
Not that it's bad.
It didn't like for Adam. Like, if it was a Scream movie, I'd get mad. But I don't know.
You're right.
Though, no, when it comes to like, I didn't mean to cut you off either. But when it comes to these types of things, like people get mad when they predict something. Like when it comes to killers, that doesn't bother me. But like now, if a story is predictable, that's what it's a problem. You know, we talked about this in some movies we reviewed where I'm like, bro, it was such a predictable film. When it comes to murder mystery movies like this, it's like, it's like The Glass Onion or the freaking other one before that one, Knives Out. Like, if you predict them, it's okay. It's a stupid murder mystery movie, right? It's not stupid, but you know what I mean. It's more of a fun popcorn movie.
Yeah.
Like it'd be different if it was a John Wick movie, and you know, and it's like it's literally scene for scene. You know what's gonna happen. Then it's like, all right, bro, what are we doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is more of a fun film, so that's kind of the way I took it. I expected the sister to be the killer.
I did enjoy that though.
Yeah.
It surprised me actually. So,
which I'm usually bad with that stuff. So I was like, oh.
No,
I'll
I
take
really
that.
like that. I
Yeah.
really didn't expect that, actually. I didn't.
There you go. Well,
Um,
there was a point where actually I went away from it because they revealed it. And they're like, "Oh, it's over," and I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
damn, maybe I'm wrong." And then it happened. I was like, "Oh, that makes sense," because
yeah,
she was gone. That I literally remember her not being there in the first scene. I was like, "Bro, she just disappeared." And I remember her. I was thinking, okay, well, she said she's not a people person, so maybe she's just not around. But this is also her
yeah.
brother walking in, like she would be there. That's what kind
That's
of threw me
fair.
off. I was
I
like,
didn't even think about that when I was
you know what I
watching it.
mean? That's interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had something else in my head. Well, I'll go to my main one, my other last main one, but Audrey Spitz, man. Like, it's not that she was annoying in this film. She was a lot better in this film,
Yeah.
but like, there's like two scenes where it's like, I was just sitting there and like, okay, so like in this the van scene where she shot the guy, and then he's like, "Honey, shoot him," and then she's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be a murderer. I don't want to be a murderer." He's like, "You already are," and then she's like, "I don't want to be a mass murderer." I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
it's just like it's just cheesy writing. It's not bad,
Yeah.
but it's like her character has just always triggered me for some reason.
No, I feel that.
Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me, man. Like, I don't have any more. Like I said, the cast could have been a little more impactful, I guess. Um, I just felt like you had really strong characters in the first one. We had strong characters in this one, but like, you know what I mean? I feel like there was a select few where that had me extremely invested. You know what I mean?
Which is why I like the first one. Even when Toby gets killed off, the son or whatever, he
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
literally
yeah.
right away with the suicide, the first person that gets killed,
You're like,
he was
what the
still an
hell, dude?
incredible character. These characters that started dying off left and right in this movie, you're like, I don't really care. Even the main characters, no,
Yeah.
Audrey and Nick Spitz are awesome, obviously, and the main detective guy that kind of came back. The people that came back from the first movie were
I
cool.
love their dynamic is perfect.
Yeah, well,
And the
that's in my
detective was
pros.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. So the people that came back from the first movie were awesome, but the newer characters, like even like I said, the main guys weren't that interesting, except for the retired soccer player that had 2,000 kids. He was pretty funny.
Yeah, and like that,
I
but
gotta
that was
spread my
see,
seed, baby.
he was funny, but it's because they purposefully did it. They made him the comic relief
Yeah,
of
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Like he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
trying to like bang
Yeah.
everybody.
I see what you're saying. You want to connect with the character that a character that grounds you to it, brings you into it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no,
You
but
didn't
his
have
character
that.
was good.
It's
I
funny.
loved his character.
He was good, bro.
It's exactly what I expect of like a retired like billionaire
Yeah,
soccer player
yeah.
from like Brazil or some shit.
Bro, his dialogue with Jennifer Aniston, Audrey throughout, bro, is hilarious, bro.
So
It
funny,
was gold.
dude. And
Um,
can I say something real quick?
yeah, go for it.
Um, because this is like it's I guess it's like a pro, like it's a good thing I'm saying.
Mhm.
I feel like they improv some of their stuff, like you could just like tell. I feel like, but it
Adam
was really
Sandler and Jennifer,
great.
yeah. Well, that was like the first murder mystery movie, and I'll dive into that with their chemistry here in pros.
Yeah,
But dude, they did balance out. There's scenes like you said where they're talking over each other. You know what I mean? Kind of
yeah,
like going
yeah.
back and forth. Adam Sandler does that with two people a lot. Drew Barrymore and Jennifer Aniston.
I was about to say,
Those are the two. Like it's almost like it's like his soulmate. You know what I mean? His wife's beautiful. I'm sure they love each other. I'm just saying like
yeah,
it's like that. It's their like long lost soulmate. You know what I'm saying? Both those
yeah,
people, especially him and Jennifer, but him and Drew Barrymore also have a lot of the scenes just like that as well.
absolutely,
Where you could just tell that there's a true friendship there. You know what I mean? A
yeah,
true care and love. Obviously as friends, I'm just saying, that love and care that they have for one another, it's really showing on screen, which is why chemistry is so important, man, because you can get two of the best actors in the world. I've talked about this a lot. You get Johnny Depp, you get Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Let's take those two, or Daniel Day-Lewis and freaking Joaquin Phoenix. You get those two together, put them in a movie. If they don't have chemistry, it's going to be a crappy film. It doesn't matter. If it has the best writing, bro, and have Steven Spielberg directing it, John Williams on the score, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
that's
matter.
why a lot of the guys
You know
are
what
the
I mean?
same. It doesn't matter what your name is.
So yeah, like chemistry's so important in this movie, and why I think you take the chemistry away. If their chemistry was any less, these movies would be so much lower on my list of Adam
Yeah.
Sandler movies. Their chemistry was that's why you watch these films. That's why you watch an Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore movie. That's why you watch a Jennifer Aniston movie and Adam Sandler movie. You watch it for the chemistry, bro. That's
Heck
all
yeah.
it is. That's all it is. But no, I'm with you there. Do you have any other little cons before I kind of run through my couple?
That's it.
Okay.
On you,
Um, this is a really small one. It's probably my one that like I probably shouldn't even write down. There are some comedy throughout. I wouldn't call it dumb comedy, but comedy that just didn't hit. I was just kind of sitting there. I
Slapstick.
didn't. Yeah, I was like, I didn't laugh at it. I was like, all right. But that's with every Adam Sandler movie. Sometimes they just don't hit. Some just didn't hit for me. Dumb character choices. At the end, dude, Mark Strong's character had like 15 chances to kill Nick and Audrey, and he just didn't do it.
Dude,
and I was
100%.
like, bro, you're obviously like plot armor, freaking extending the story more than it needs to be extended. Like I was sitting there and I was like, bro, just shoot, just kill him. What are you doing? Just kill him. Like, yeah, the money, like just kill. Like I don't know, that really bothered me throughout the entire third act. Even though I love the third act, it's better than the first one, I think, the first film. But the character choices, I was like, bro, stop. And then another thing too I didn't like at all was the way that they ended it with them in the helicopter and the guy taking the money.
I hated that.
I was like, what are you doing? Like, come on, bro.
Leave it to be happy, bro.
Are you setting it up for a third movie? I hope not, because we don't want one. Even though I love their chemistry.
Point now, it seems like they're dead, bro. The pilot jumped
that's what I'm
all
saying.
Their money. So
but
now
like,
they have no pilot in a sinking helicopter and no Brad. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? It was stupid, though. You know, it was a really dumb ending. Like, give them a happy ending or just something there toward the end, but they just didn't do it. And I was like, at least the first film gave them I guess so. But that really, really bothered me because I was really enjoying myself up until the ending. And I was like, really?
I will agree with you. I did. It didn't ruin the movie, but I was like, damn, really?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like one of those like, ugh.
And then the freeze frame
movie now.
And I was like,
yeah, but it was just like, what? Why? Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah,
it was like
unneeded.
This was not needed.
Yeah,
yes,
unneeded.
There you go.
It's like they try to add a little bit something there toward the end, a little spice, and it's like sometimes you don't have to put every seasoning in the cabinet on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Sometimes the chicken only needs a couple things on it.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been cooking a lot of chicken recently. That's why I said that, bro. Your boy's been seasoning it up. Oh yeah, I've been doing chicken. Yeah, you know what's up. You know what's up. But no, let's get to our pros, dude. I have a lot of pros. Probably won't get as in depth when it comes to like, talking about it because it's just some pros and these kind of a lot of these go for every Adam Sandler movie as well. You know what I mean? Like all his movies are the exact same thing with just different story. But one thing that I loved, I spoke about a little bit earlier, was the fact that they didn't make it another murder mystery. They didn't go and we're in New York and then, the murder happens. We need you to get on it. The freaking Maharaj gets kidnapped and Adam Sandler's character gets an AK-47 shot at him. Like, it's such a cool concept. Really cool? And it's new and it's fresh.
They take that concept you were just talking about and like shit on it at the beginning. Like that's what they're doing in the first 10 minutes is trying to make that name.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's not working. So that's when they get the invite.
Right. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that is really cool. And I totally agree. It would have felt like the first movie, in my opinion, when I first watched, I don't know why, it felt like Clue. I don't know why. I felt like I was watching like a Clue movie. Like
Very
not directly. You
no,
get what I'm saying,
like the zooms on the characters, the close-ups, and then just like the music, and
how they would interview people. No,
it was very Clue-like, and that's what they were going for. And that's why I like that movie over this one, because this movie was missing a little bit of that, but it wasn't trying to be that, so I respect it for that. Because if it was trying to be for it, would try to go for that and trying to be the first film, it would have been terrible. So that's one thing I really enjoyed. I was like, bro, I love that they're not doing a murder mystery, which is what I thought they were going to do, which is why I had like a 4 out of 10 for my prediction. What I was expecting, I guess my expectation, but no, I really enjoyed what they did, and definitely made the movie a lot better. And I'll just say a couple more, and I'll let you go through a few. The characters, we talked about this. I don't really need to go into it too much. I like the characters; they were cool. I like the ways that they brought the characters all together when like they kept showing up to their hotel room.
And that's one of my pros. If you want to talk about that,
dude, that hilarious, bro,
dude. Of course, it had to be like one by one by one. But
you know what made me mad is the fact that they had to put the plant back. What's the plant gonna do? What is the plant gonna do, bro? You already have a thing. But Adam Sandler being like, "Oh, I gotta move this again." He's like, "Jesus, I gotta do it again."
No, right. I was getting confused why he kept doing it, but it makes sense. But you can tell that scene was like mostly improvised. Like he's talking to her, and she's like, "Oh no, is it the murderer?" And he was like, "God, don't you want it to be the murderer? Just kill me already, dude." Like that.
So you can get it over with. Yeah. No, that was gold.
I was like, that would totally be me if this was all happening, dude.
Yeah. No, there was
every time
some
they're
funny
like,
stuff.
The closet. They're like, get the fuck away from the closet.
Yeah. No, they're hiding everybody everywhere. No, there was some good stuff.
That was one of my favorite scenes in the movie. That was one positive for me, actually, because it was super long and it felt improvised very much.
It was just a fun, creative, dumb way to get all the characters together.
Like, it felt like they had, like, their entrance lines, and then once they were in the room, they had up to here, and once, like, another person knocked, everything was improvised
Yeah.
until the next person comes in.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is so cool.
Now, we're talking about characters. One thing I can't stand actually were the two the two girls
sisters?
from Africa. They were so, especially the one. Oh my god,
She's
dude.
so pointless.
Yeah, I know, it was super annoying. That was
one that
very
was like,
annoying. Yeah.
Oh my
The laugh
God.
was pretty funny at first, but then it kept going on to the point where they literally called when they mentioned her, they had to mention her as the girl with a weird laugh. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
bro, it's so
And that
pointless and annoying. I hated that.
That's with the con. It's like
Yeah.
like her character had no impact at all.
It
I
was-
wish
it was
she
very
had
useless.
a little bit more impact.
They just threw
Like,
him in there.
all she did was the
Both
triple
of them.
shot,
Both
or
of them.
triple gotcha.
Both of them were annoying. But especially the side one, bro. Like, she did not. The main girl was fine, whatever. She was there as a red herring, right? The killer.
Yeah.
But then it's like, why? I guess you want the sister for the scene when they're all on fire in the house or whatever, and then she shoots the girl. I guess that's why they needed her there in a way. But you
Yeah.
could just write her totally out, and this movie probably goes up half a point for me.
Honestly, yeah, that was one of the annoying things. But the other cast, they do like pick up her slack. I won't lie. The actress, it's not her fault. They just, I don't even know why they wrote her in it.
Yeah, it was weird. And then one last pro before I let you dive into some of yours. I got more after this, but yeah, Adam and Aniston's chemistry was just unreal. I mean, as always, I expected it, and that's why you watch these movies. People hate another movie. We'll probably, it might be in your top 10. It's not mine, but Blended with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler. I love that movie to death. Yeah, he's blending. You know what I mean? Terry Crews. It's a great film. People hate on it first. I don't know why they do, because it's a typical
movie.
The cons that they put and the negatives they have for that film are literally, you could apply that to any Adam Sandler movie, counting Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison, the classics.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing I hate. But my point though there is you watch that movie for Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler's chemistry. That's why you watch that film. And same thing with these movies. You watch them for the chemistry between Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler. Works really well. Love the improv and just the way that they kind of like stutter and kind of stumble over each other's lines and dialogue. It just works perfectly.
I totally agree. And that, again, was one of my bigger pros. I think even though her character is annoying, Nick balances her very well. And like, it's a very much like a Peter Griffin and like Lois Griffin dynamic. Like, she's got her shit together while he doesn't, but she's annoying. He's not.
Yeah.
He's just like the fat
They balance each other out very well. You know
perfect.
What I mean? Yeah.
And I love that improv dynamic that they have, especially around the foreign people. Like, I love the scene where she like poured her food out into the bush and like saw the sister was looking at it and she was like, because the one girl was making fun of her. But I thought it was super. It's like,
yeah. She's like, don't put it back, and she pours it in there. Someone's like, that was funny, bro.
I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
Bro, and then he's scarfing this fucking block of cheese, dude. Like, their characters, that's the reason I think they ended up making a second film. These two characters were so strong and so well driven that they could lead another movie. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna watch this movie a lot more for sure.
Me too.
Like almost to the point where if I watch Murder Mystery 1, I'm gonna watch them both together.
That's
yes.
About to say, my friend.
Look at us, bro. Look at us. Who would have thought? Huh?
Look at us.
But no, I'm with you there, dude. Yeah, the chemistry is just different, and yeah, done really well.
I mean, if you want, you can say the rest of your pros because like we have a lot of the same.
Probably
ones
same
so
things.
Far. So I can,
The next one's not a big pro for me. It's more of like a okay. The bad guy, Mark Strong. I love him. He's a great actor, but it was okay. But I prefer the people from Murder Mystery 1. You know, Kavanaugh and all those guys. Yeah. Like, they were just cooler. Susie, Nakamura.
It was more of a Clue vibe.
Yeah. This guy.
This one felt more of like
he was just thrown in there. Because he's a good bad guy actor. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He
comes up like Bad Boys, bro, in the water. That was a pretty cool entry. I'm not gonna lie. Remember, that was slick. That was slick. It was pretty funny. But no, cool. Didn't mind him. But it goes in the pros because he obviously, if he was a crappy bad guy,
he did a good job. Yeah, did a great job.
Did a great job. Yeah. Did his thing. The third act I thought was way better than the first movie. Super long, bro. I mean, we got to the third act probably like an hour into the movie. And then the next 30 to 40 minutes, 35 minutes, whatever it was, is just us sitting there watching the third act, and it was executed really well. Love the fight scenes. Love the multiple twists going on, a lot like the first murder mystery movie where you think it's over, but it's not. Freaking the race car driver from the first one, remember, he's the dude, he almost gets away with it. Stuff like that, really shows how good of a detective Nick is.
At the end of the day,
yeah. So just because and same thing with Audrey. They pick up on the small little things that people say. That's how they figured out that the sister of the Maharaj was the main, or the person behind all of it too. So just stuff like that. It was really cool to see. And the third act I thought was executed really well, and it was pretty funny. Even though, God, there's just so many cliches that I'm like, that kind of bother me. The typical film stuff. You know what I mean? Mark Strong could have ended this 30 minutes before it ended. No one's gonna miss bullets like freaking Nick. I understand it's part of his character. I'm just saying, come on, bro.
Of course, Audrey misses her first shots when they have him in that position. Like, I was sitting there like that too. I was like, come on.
Kept shooting Adam Sandler. That was great.
Yeah, I was like, come on, dude.
Now that's more understandable because it's hard. It is hard to kind of get around that. But when Sandler, let's say I'm shooting at the camera, he was shooting here, and here. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's, you know what I mean? I get it, but like I'm sitting there and I kind of laugh to myself like,
No, I totally agree with you.
And I'll just go to my last one while we're at it. The comedy mostly hit. I wrote this one right after I did the dumb comedy because I was like, there's a lot more good comedy than bad. And it was a funny film, dude. I found myself laughing out loud quite a bit throughout this movie, almost as much as the first movie. The comedy was definitely on point. I think they leaned into the comedy a lot more in this movie because the story wasn't as good as the first one, or as well structured and fresh. So they had to lean into the comedy and the characters a little bit in this movie, and I think it worked pretty well.
Yeah, man. I totally agree. I only have one more pro. And it's just like a little personal thing. It's a small thing too. I really like how they embraced, I really like how they embraced the idea of being like the guilty ones this time. Like in the first film, like when they were like being like, oh, it's the Spitzes that are wanted, they're like, holy crap, they're on the low. When they got like
no, the Shitzes.
The Shitzes. I love that too. No, I like how they crashed into the building and see them on there. We're like, we would never do that. And everyone's looking at them and like a dead guy falls through. They're like, ugh. And then they just end up stealing the guy's plate. They're like, we'll tie you up and it'll be okay. You know what I mean? Like, I really like that they embraced, like, they were so confident. They were willing to take, everyone's like, you dirtbags, why did you take my brother? And they're like, bring us your brother. We have the money. Everyone's like, what? What are you talking about, dude? They
were very confident, and it's like they knew what they were doing.
Exactly.
I see what you're saying. No, they were very, because the first movie, remember, they were like on like the run, they got and like hiding,
a landline phone.
Yeah. So now it was definitely like you said, they knew what they were doing. They were right on it, which is great because the story didn't go slower than what it needed to be. The pacing, that's something I didn't even think about until now. The pacing was really well done. I was never bored in this entire film, except for the beginning. The beginning did feel like the recap thing with like the voiceover. I was like, what is this movie gonna be? But after we got past that, the pacing was just beautiful, and it was so good to the point where I didn't even write it down because I wasn't even thinking about it until now. But that's one thing that they did. They didn't have to go through the same exact beats as the first movie, which is what a lot of sequels fall victim to. They didn't do that in this movie, and what a lot of Adam Sandler movies do. This was a very unique Adam Sandler movie in sense of pacing and how they went about the story. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. That's it for me, man.
Oh, great. Love that, baby.
Oh my God, love it.
So now we're going to be doing our rating on it, bro. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
I'll go for it.
It's hard because, like,
I'm trying. Okay, because we usually get the same rating or almost the same rating. I'm curious. I think you're gonna be a little higher than me, but I don't know. So yeah, just go. And by the way, we're rating this off of should we do an Adam Sandler scale or like a movie?
What do you want to do both?
Let's do an entertainment scale. Let's not. We're not rating this off of. Both. Okay. Well, I guess we can. This is not a movie we need to criticize though. Like, I feel like it's just,
you're right.
Let's just do like entertainment popcorn movie. What do you rate it as?
But
still compared to other Adam Sandler movies. You got to keep that in mind.
7.9.
Whoa, that's low.
I thought you were going to
be in the 8s.
8.1. If we're going off like, if we're looking at like, see, that's me being a little like realistic. That was my realistic in my head. But if we're going popcorn movies, it's gonna be like an 8.1, 8.2. It was a good film. It was a good film. I've realized in these, like I say, like a lot of films are like super high in the eights, so I was like, I can't be that guy. But I mean, dude, I really enjoyed it. Like I would give it an 8. It was a good movie. I'd probably say 8.1 on a popcorn scale. Yeah.
I'll probably go like a probably like a 7.5.
Yeah.
I think the on entertainment scale, like just because a bunch of Adam Sandler movies I think fall into the 8s and the 9s, and I feel like it doesn't belong with some of these other ones. If that makes sense. So like I have to kind of put it down in the 7s. I enjoyed it. That's listen, that's great.
Like
know?
I said, 7.8 was my like real my
great stuff.
Interstellar at the top.
Oh wait, hold up. Did my Zoom just like freeze on us? Hold up. Make sure.
Are we okay?
I don't know. Let's see. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. All right, sorry about that, guys.
We're chilling.
But no, like the first murder mystery, I'd probably rank it probably like an 8, probably maybe like a 9, 8.9, maybe a 9.1, right around that range. This movie, I think, just falls victim. Like I said, when you compare it to murder mystery, it's a drop, and the CGI bothers me so much that I need to watch this movie 2 times. I say this every time we do a podcast or movie review. We need to watch a movie 2 times to really digest it. This movie's either gonna go, dude, it's either gonna go like way up or way down for me, based off of how the CGI affects me and how the ending and all that stuff kind of the characters and stuff like that, how I feel about it. But off the bat, maybe like and 7.5 is being a little bit rough on it. Maybe a 7.8, 7.9 is what I initially was thinking. We always think the same thing originally, but the reason I went down to a 7.5 is I was like, man, I was thinking of other Adam Sandler movies and what they're capable of, and this one just doesn't compare. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
So that's why it goes there for me. So
that.
7.5, you were 8.1?
8.1. I'll go 8.1.
8.1, 7.5. Probably our biggest like difference in margin when it comes to rankings. But once again, I'm also like, I want to do entertainment, but at the same time, like it's weird. But yeah, there you go, dude. That's our
8.1. Right around
it is what it is. Yeah. So there's our ranking and our review, or not ranking, our rating and review of Murder Mystery 2. Man, you guys let us know what you thought of the movie. Definitely go check it out, especially the first one.
You liked Murder Mystery 2.
Yeah, let us know, baby, in the comment section down below as always. And if you're watching the review on YouTube, give this video a like and subscribe.
You already know.
Yeah, and go watch the full episode, by the way. It's on YouTube right now and Spotify. What are you doing? Go do that right now.
What are you doing?
Why not? We're about to rank all 10, or not all 10, but we're going to rank our top 10 Adam Sandler movies, so go do that. The 10 movies. Cool, man. So there you go. That's what we think about Murder Mystery 2. Now we got some acting news, man. Nothing crazy. Just gonna kind of run through a few different things.
Hit me with them.
Obviously we have Super Mario Bros. Coming out Friday, and the premiere was last night.
God, really?
Wait, another thing that just kind of popped in my head. Did Cody Rhodes win against Roman Reigns?
Dude, stop.
We need to look that up. I don't even care about WWE, to be honest. I don't even care. I'm just trying to like.
Okay, in a way, this is what's. He won. He won.
Roman Reigns beat Cody.
Won. Let's go, Tribal Chief. Acknowledge your Tribal
dumb.
Chief. Acknowledge your Tribal Chief. Let's go. Oh my God.
Why is he even the face of WWE, bro? I never liked him when I watched it back in like 2015 when Shield was a thing. Yeah, I was never.
He's
really
gonna, he's gonna win. He's gonna pass 1,000 days. So this is what I heard, right? All right. So this will get right back on track super quick. So acting news: Roman Reigns wins. So Roman Reigns, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I've loved him since the moment he stepped foot into wrestling. Like
Couldn't stand him.
Out of Shield, he was always my favorite. I always loved him. And when he came back from his leukemia stunt, it's not a stunt because it really did happen, but he recovered sooner than they thought. And then or it was like they didn't know when it was gonna go, so they storylined it. So when he came back, he was so dominant, but didn't like win the top. So he ended up becoming this like top Carter, but wasn't like the man. And then when they did this Tribal Chief thing, dude, he came back with Paul Heyman as his like thing, or he beat Brock to get Paul Heyman. Really, that's how it ended up working. He was the first ever person in like not in WWE to have the Universal and Heavyweight Championship consecutively. Even though like people have had like the World Heavyweight and WWE Heavyweight, no one's ever had the Universal. Like he was the first for that.
Yeah.
He's going on to have the longest title reign. And what I really think it is because like he's brought in the most ratings during COVID. And like, so when they call it the dark ages of WWE or like sports wrestling, and he was like the highest rating person.
Well, because
And that,
WWE, in my opinion, was in such a crappy position right there. They had nobody, and I mean, now you got Edge back and all these people, but like, you didn't have anybody, and Roman Reigns was kind of the main guy. But once again, I stopped watching WWE in like 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
That's when Shield was going on. That's before they even broke up and everything. I was a fan of Dean. Is it Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, well, he's John Moxley now in AEW.
Okay, well, they did him wrong.
Wrong.
He was way better, in my opinion, than Roman Reigns, and I loved his character and what they were going for.
He's more technical.
Yeah, so I like that a lot more, but it's cool. I never liked Roman Reigns. I think he's kind of a bland personality, too, in my opinion, compared to, like, some of the people like The Rock and, like, John Cena, the people that were the faces of WWE. I guess Randy Orton was kind of bland, too, but Rey Mysterio. And then you got Roman Reigns, who, in my opinion, it's like...
Randy Orton's like a top 3 for me, dude. He's like so schlepped. Maybe not top 3, top 5, top 10. He's like schlepped on.
No, I mean like personality wise though. Like he's not a very outgoing guy. You know what I'm saying? Like charisma.
What I was gonna say,
So that's my
Roman
problem.
only when he turned into
Edge.
tribal chief is the only time he's actually ever been like entertaining on the mic, and I'll give people that
because it's all written out. That's the thing. Like he can't do it himself, so he has to just try. Like that's my problem with it. Like I feel like everybody else had to work their way up, while WWE gave it to him. Yeah, if that makes sense, because
he's
of
good
leukemia
now.
stuff.
But I get what you're saying. Like they did hand.
Well, props to him. I mean, hey, being Luke, that's incredible. I'm really happy for him. I'm just saying, like, it was literally given to him, while John Cena and obviously the WWE writes it out. I'm just saying, like, they handed it to him because they needed something to grab onto when it comes to the audience and this COVID stuff.
They gave it to John, but like John like felt like he was like it's just different. Like whereas he felt like he was carrying the company on his back through a normal period. Roman carried it through like a period, of course, that is going to be worse. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like what John did is hard to touch because he did it in a
Here's the best way to explain it. Roman would be a nobody in the Attitude Era.
Pretty much.
In my opinion.
Absolutely.
In my opinion.
I understand that.
He would just, not a nobody, but he would just be another guy.
But he would be, you know how Drew McIntyre used to be in the Attitude Era? Like, Drew McIntyre was that guy before Roman decided the tribal chief thing. But back in the day when he was babyface and shit, nobody... But I was going to say this. Cody got injured last year. He got injured like a year ago. This is like not his first match. The Royal Rumble was like his first match back. So that was like in like January. He was injured for like a year on his like return match at WrestleMania last year or whatever. And he was supposed to originally, I'm pretty sure he was supposed to win earlier. But then they were supposed to have The Rock versus Roman at Hollywood. Didn't happen because The Rock was busy. So then they put Cody back in. And he was supposed, I thought from what I heard, he was supposed to strip it. But I think they want to push Roman to pass.
They want to put
Bruno Sammartino's kind of record, but that record's like 4,000 days. It was like 13 years. It's disgusting before it was scripted and shit.
Right. Yeah. No, that's I'm not the biggest fan of what they're.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
No, you're good. I know you're into it, and it technically is acting. But it's just I don't know, man. I've never been a big fan of Roman Reigns personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, there you go. Let's do some acting news. Super Mario Bros. Had its premiere last night. Jack Black's suit was really cool, by the way. Look it up. Reactions. The reactions are pretty good. I've read 2 reviews on it. Yeah, it's like a Bowser suit. It's pretty dope.
Really?
The reactions are pretty good. I read 2 reviews, and both of them said it wasn't the best movie they've ever seen, but it wasn't the worst. It was a good film that it's definitely worth a watch, and if you're a Mario fan, you'll enjoy it. That's what they said. So that's good to hear. I'm glad that people are enjoying it for what it is.
Suit.
Pretty cool, right? Pretty clean.
Man.
Cool to see. I'm really excited for it, and I'm glad it's going to be a decent film. But I hope my expectations aren't too high because they are high.
Dude, that's what scares me. That's like when you just said that my expectations are so high.
And I want to say this too while we're on the Super Mario Bros. Train and on it right now. I've talked about this on the potty before. But on both potties. But my biggest problem is I feel like I hope it's not too much of a kids movie, if that makes sense. Like, you know how like children's comedy nowadays is really stupid, like really really dumb.
I hope it's
like that's
Sonic.
what I'm worried about.
I feel like they did Sonic pretty
Even
well.
Sonic had some like dumb like I understand it's got
Definitely
kid
for
comedy in it. I'm
sure.
just saying like you can do like a Cars where the comedy it's kid
You have
comedy but at the
like,
same time it's serious in a way.
yeah,
Because think about the first teaser trailer, bro. That had me so hyped because it was serious, like the real music in the background. It felt like it was a serious thing. And the
yeah,
more that they show, it's like this, like, oh, La La Land, instead of the real serious type of plot that they kind of laid out for us in that first teaser trailer. So that's what I'm worried about. It's just don't give us something like the first teaser trailer, where it looked really serious, and the first poster where it looked like a real thing that a real obstacle and adventure that Mario was gonna have to go on, and then give us a stupid kids movie. That's my problem. Just have our expectations right. And dude, I'm really worried that that's what we're gonna get. And if so, the next week's episode is gonna be very interesting.
yeah. Because like the people that have been following this their whole lives, man, like this is not a big moment, but like this is like the first time we're seeing a real Mario movie that deserves like the budget it's getting.
And not whatever that was in
cast.
the 90s.
Yeah, no, screw that.
Yeah.
Like, not to be a jerk, but
We
like,
love John
this is,
Leguizamo, but what are we doing?
Yeah. And I mean, fans of the franchise are just expecting a lot from this, and that's why it's like it was almost, we've talked about this when it first came out. It's like it was a risky movie to make because like people are gonna have expectations this high because of everything that is Mario, you know what I mean? And it's Illumination making it. They've made Despicable Me and so forth. Like, you have a lot of good things that are pointing that it's going to be this
also
good,
at an hour and 25 minutes. It's like
dude, I didn't know it was that short.
Yeah,
I remember
it's
you
a
telling me it
very
was short, but dang,
very short film. So that's what kind of
sign up
like
for a sequel for sure.
I don't. It's like I don't know. I hope they don't try to fit too much in such a short time. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm worried about too. So I'm trying to really like temper my expectations, not trying to get too crazy because I am a little worried about it. But I'm excited though overall, and the reviews seem like it's a good movie. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting just a solid film, even though I'll probably watch it 100 times. Like I love that stuff. We talked about this a little bit last week, but they really confirmed it. John Wick franchise is continuing. Stupid, my opinion. End on a high note, but obviously money talks. It's done really well. I'm gonna get to the box office here in a minute. Actually, I'll just talk about it now while I'm at it. John Wick is at $245 million worldwide. It did have a 62, I think, percent or 61% box office drop in its sophomore weekend, which is technically not great. But when you're making, I think it was like 100 mil opening. It was something stupid like that, like a crazy opening first weekend. A 60% drop is a-okay. You will take that any day and still make a crap ton. 245 million worldwide. It's on track to beat John Wick 3, which is the highest grossing. I believe it's at like 349 or something like that. So it'll definitely beat that worldwide. So big props to that. Love to see it. Great film. And then I guess we just got to go into the box office stuff because I don't have any other things to talk about. Shazam is still at $119 million worldwide, and for a superhero movie, that is rough.
Not very great.
And Dungeons and Dragons, the new one, which I was actually able to see right before we started recording this, opens up at $71 million globally, which is really good on a $150 million budget.
Wow.
Yeah, which I like looking back on it. I don't see how it's 100. They could have did this for 80 mil. Like, looking back on it, I'm like, like a lot of CGI, but Marvel does it for cheaper.
Yeah.
But it's good CGI, though. That is one good thing about it. So I guess they just want to put more money into it. And that's before marketing, too. They probably put 200 mil into this movie. So we'll see if it makes some money back. We'll see how the second week goes. But I definitely enjoyed that film for what it was. And that's that's it for my acting news, man. Do you have anything else you want to add on?
No, I didn't really see anything that really like tickled my brain this week. You know what I mean? Nothing like.
Yeah, you didn't send me any, man, and I didn't send you any either, so we didn't see too much.
There's nothing. Nothing. I saw
It's one of those
about
weeks.
Why Amber Heard was still in Aquaman 2, and I went, whoa.
We do not care.
Whoa, we do not care.
Yeah, get away from that.
Keep going.
But yeah, dude, it's just one of those weeks. I guarantee next week we're gonna get like a crap ton of acting news. You guys know how it goes.
Dude, honestly, my most anticipated segment of the day, dude.
It's actually probably one of my most anticipated from the whole podcast ever. It's gonna be high. I've actually always been wanting to do one of these. An Adam Sandler top 10 movies of all time list. An opinionated little list, by the way. So if you don't agree, It's my opinion. So there you go. But you guys let us know your ranking too below, or rank the films that we have in our top 10 as you would rank them if that makes sense. And kind of let us know. So yeah, top 10 Adam Sandler movies. We both have one honorable mention, and I want us to both say ours. Brayden, you go first for your honorable mention, man.
So I'm gonna throw this. It's like a super small honorable mention. I just mentioned I was gonna talk about it. I would have put it in there. It is a bit controversial, I guess, in some forms of people, but it's called Eight Crazy Nights. If you've ever seen it, I really wanted to put this in my top 10.
Eight
Have you ever
Crazy
seen it?
Nights?
It's a cartoon. It's an animation.
Oh, the one we did is the adult one, right? The Hanukkah one.
That's a technical foul.
Yeah. I've never seen that one.
It is so funny.
I've seen it around though.
But that's the whole thing. Like Adam Sandler takes the whole Jewish culture and he goes with a run for it. And because he's Jewish,
he's Jewish, he can do whatever. Yeah,
exactly. And to me, it's an outstanding Christmas film. I actually really love to watch it at Christmas.
Hanukkah film.
It's
is it Christmas or Hanukkah?
Well, it's Hanukkah, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it gets me in the winter spirit. I don't know. So I just
that.
had to throw it out there. If you've never seen that, it is a gem. And some people might find it offensive.
No pun intended.
Three boob lady. Dude, that is my favorite, dude.
Yeah.
Three booby lady.
All right.
And then my real honorable mention, I wanted to put this in the top 10, and it just like sadly kept moving up the list when I was looking at more movies, but it's The Legend of Zohan.
Yeah, don't mess with the Zohan, man. Yeah, that's.
Dude, I love that movie.
That's
an honorable mention, man. It couldn't make the top 10 list.
See, so spoiler, if that's not in my top 10 or my honorable mention, it's a good film, but like it's almost like too like different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like
a little different.
Like this is actually that's a movie that I've never met somebody like me that just likes it. It's either people love it or hate it. Yeah. And I've met a lot of people that don't like it. So it's one of those movies that it's a hit or miss, kind of like Little Nicky. That's another one that
on my top 10.
Yeah, that's another one that's a big hit or a big miss because of the voice and everything. I
haven't seen it in a long because I'm based.
I love Little Nicky. It's a good one.
I just didn't. It was never that movie that pulled me back. You know what I mean? So
definitely go back and watch it again. You'll appreciate it a lot more.
I want to.
It's actually
I see clips on YouTube and it's hilarious.
I really wanted this like in my top 10, and like number 8 for me is actually one, we'll get to it, that like I feel like I put in just because I feel like I needed to. It probably doesn't deserve to be in there, and I would probably change that with Little Nicky.
All right, well let's see. Let's go
with honorable mention though for me, which is Bulletproof with the Wayans. The reason it's honorable mention, it would be my top probably 7, but I haven't seen it since I was like 12. But I remember loving this movie. It's more of like a not dramatic, but it's like if Adam Sandler did a Bad Boys movie in a way. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. So a lot of comedy in it, hilarious. One of the Wayans brothers is in it. Dude, it is a really good one, and I definitely recommend it. Really nostalgic for me, dude. I was actually meaning to watch it this weekend, but I just didn't get around to it. Such a good film, would definitely be maybe even in my top 5. I haven't seen it in such a long time. It's kind of unfair to rank it, but I just for the nostalgic factor, remembering how much I loved it.
Bullet Train, you said?
Bulletproof.
I was like Bullet Train came out.
Actually, a lot of people hate that movie, which is weird, even though I love it. So,
really?
There's my honorable mention, man. We can go ahead and dive into our number 10s. I feel like we're gonna have like at least one of these that are gonna be the exact same, and maybe number 10. I'm curious, dude.
Number 10, dude.
Number 10 for me is Murder Mystery.
Really?
Yeah, not for you. Okay, yeah. So Murder Mystery is my number 10. I feel like I needed to put this in here just because I've seen this movie, like I said earlier, over 100 times. Yeah. I know every single line. I know everything that happens, especially in the first like 30 minutes when you're trying to fall asleep and you got it playing in the background. I know everything that happens, from the opening shots to the opening music to the little conversation he has about looking in a mirror. And and then you get like the little date that they have, the little couple date, like. It's all so like ingrained in my brain that I feel like I have to appreciate this movie for what it is. Such a well done movie. Did not know what to expect. I remember watching this movie when I was filming season 1 at Sweet Magnolias, I think I was in a hotel at the time when I first got up there. Man. Yeah, and I just remember watching it with the family, dude, on a little computer, a little laptop, and just dying laughing and loving it.
I totally feel that.
Yeah, man, I had a good time with it. So Murder Mystery is my number 10. Really fun time, great cast, and one of my favorite murder mystery movies actually of all time. And Adam Sandler just absolutely killed it.
Yeah, dude. It's sadly not on my top 10, but I love that movie. Like I tried to actually find space for it, but then when I saw the Zohan wasn't making it, I was like, damn. Yeah. It's gonna be a long list. I'm gonna start off with number 10. I'm gonna shock a lot of people, but this is an Adam Sandler list. Number 10 is Uncut Gems. I think, and I'll say it. Either I want to see Humble because I've heard that's like a stellar performance, but I think Uncut Gems is one of his best acting performances. When you look at if you were going to go down the grading paper and give him an A or not, he deserves an A for this performance. It is the movie that he wanted people to take seriously and almost got nominated for an Oscars. People consider it being snubbed. But when you look at Adam Sandler movies, like I love his silly stuff more. Like I would nominate stuff like Grown Ups and Billy Madison and Waterboy and stuff like that over something like Uncut Gems. Not because I like it's just those movies deserve. I've never understood why they don't get the attention either. You know what I mean? I know they're not
because they're comedies. Yeah, it's Adam Sandler
yeah,
comedy.
I know they're maybe on the grading scale not the best, but
Yeah.
those are the movies that, at the box office they hit. People around the world are happy. But regardless, I give it number 10, Uncut Gems, for the stellar performance and for Adam Sandler really showing the community who he is,
You know what's weird? Uncut Gems, it didn't hit for me at all. It's not in my top 10.
Really?
Not like it's just it's not a film that I liked at all. Weirdly, which I like his serious stuff. I have
Yeah.
a serious movie of his. You probably know what it is that I've talked to you about, which is in up here for
Yeah.
sure. And that's in my opinion his best acting performance. Oh my god, it's such
I
a
have to watch
beautiful,
it.
beautiful, beautiful movie. You need to check it out. And it's hilarious too. But yeah, Uncut Gems. I watched. I don't even think I even finished it. Maybe got a couple hours in. I was just like, it was good. I think I need to go back and watch it and really kind of take it in because I stumbled upon. I don't know if it was my parents or somebody was watching. I watched it with them. But I didn't plan to watch it, so maybe that's what the problem is. What the problem is? Maybe that's what the problem is.
me.
But no, just yeah. I agree. It was from what I saw, solid. Appreciate it for what it is. Just not my type of Adam Sandler movie for how they kind of went about it. But no, I'm with you there, dude. Number 9 for me is Mr. Deeds. I think this is one of the most underrated
Dude.
Adam Sandler movies.
And can I just make one interjection?
Go for it.
I didn't put on my list because I don't know if I've ever seen it. As weird as that sounds, I know I sound
really?
terrible. If I have,
it's one of his most underrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not people like when people like talk about Adam Sandler movies. It's always like freaking Happy Gilmore. Billy Madison.
Yeah.
All those types of films. No one ever brings up Mr. Deeds, even though Winona Ryder's in it, which she was. Winona Ryder's great, and
I've never really seen it, man.
And it's the story of this guy getting $40 billion. You know what I mean? And these big CEOs of it was his great uncle's company or whatever. They have this whole plan on how they want to distribute the money and do all this. And Adam Sandler's character comes in and ruins it all. It's hilarious. I think Rob Schneider's in this one as well. I think his character was pretty funny. Mr. Deeds is a great movie. Definitely check it out. And it's kind of a powerful message of like what do you call it? Like classes, like wealth classes. And there's kind of a deeper message to it, which is really interesting. And the way that, Winona Ryder's character in this movie is actually like working, what's the name for it? She's almost working to like make him look bad. And then like a reporter, and then they kind of fall in love, like a typical Adam Sandler thing, a rom-com. But it's done really well in this, and Winona Ryder is really, really good in this role. And just a really good job by Adam Sandler in this movie. Just hilarious. Will have you dying. But a really good film. And I really connected with the relationship. The relationship between Adams. It's not even like their chemistry was all that great. It was really good, but it wasn't like, Drew Barrymore and Jennifer Aniston level that carried the film. Excuse me. The chemistry didn't carry the film. The character connection carried the film, if that makes sense. Like you wanted these two to be together so bad that, when the typical, hey, after they kind of get to know each other, they have an argument or whatever and they break up, right toward the end, like, and they get back together at the end. But that little breakup they have really hurts you more than a lot of other Adam Sandler movies. So I really like the relationship, what they had going. It was done really well. So yeah, Mr. Deeds, definitely go watch it, dude. Really good film. Anybody that's seen it, it probably has it in their top 15. It's a really solid movie.
I want to go check it out now. As much as you guys should too. If you're watching this video, go
check it out.
We're sponsored by Adam Sandler, just man.
One day, man. One day.
One day, man.
I'm gonna have it one day.
So my number 9, and I'm gonna tell you the other one it fought with, but didn't make it.
Hubie Halloween.
Just go with it. Just go with it. It did not make my list, but almost made it.
Just go with it. Didn't make your list. Oh my god, bro. Ooh.
It didn't, but I replaced it with 50 First Dates at number 9. I think I like that movie just a little bit more than just go with it, dude. That is a movie that you could have said should have been nominated for an Oscar. Like when you really sit down, like when you want to look at story, actors, performances, like that movie is
Talking
funny.
about 50,
Yeah.
50 Cent.
It's fun. Yeah, 50 Cent, boy. Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
Everybody in the club.
it,
No, and dude, like I just remember I cried at the end of that movie. That movie was super
it
sad,
made me
but
cry
like,
too.
yeah, man, and
I'm gonna lie to you.
it's a very powerful performance with a really awesome script, and it's a happy but sad ending. And it's like you're not sad, but like you're like, dang, like
Yeah.
they're making do with what they can in
Sigh.
life. It's
Yeah.
beautiful,
Yeah.
dude.
It is
So
beautiful.
if you've never seen that movie, you're crazy. You need to see it. Honestly, like I said, I honestly could see it getting nominated for an Oscar real time, bro. You
Yeah,
know what I
50
mean?
First Dates is very high up on this ranking. I love 50 First Dates. It's my favorite. I guess you can call some of these other Adam Sandler movies rom-coms, but when I think of my favorite rom-com, 50
It
First
is my
Dates is my
favorite.
favorite
It
rom-com.
is.
It is
It is.
beautiful. It has the great moments in it. It has that Hawaiian vibe, Hawaiian culture, which I'm a sucker for. The kind of like,
Yeah.
which is why I love Just Go With It too. You know what I mean? Kind of like that Hawaiian,
And
like
I love that movie. I was
yeah.
trying so hard
You
to
know what I'm
squeeze
saying
it. I was
though?
like, dude.
Like that kind of vibe you get. You just want to go to Hawaii. You know what I mean?
No,
Like that's what I
totally.
get from the island feel, the tropical feel. That's what I'm trying to get to.
That's
This is my
because that's why I
favorites.
like Murder Mystery. It gave me that feel with
Yeah,
India.
yeah,
I wanted to go to India, and I was like,
yeah,
hey,
dude. You're feeling it, yeah, man. No, and
Yeah.
that's what this movie did for me too. I love 50 First Dates. I'll talk about it a little bit more when I eventually get to it in a long ways away. But when we
Long
get
ways
to it,
away.
I'll kind of dive into it more. But the characters are great, like you said, the emotion, very heavy movie. Very similar to Click in the sense of like it's hilarious, but it's also it will literally make you cry. Not as
Yeah.
bad as Click. Click will make you literally bawl your eyes out, but
Ball your eyes out.
it's definitely a really solid movie that and Rob Schneider's hilarious, bro. Everything from the animal trainer stuff to the golf stuff, like it's just
Yeah.
such a good one, bro.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right.
Good stuff. Are we on number 8?
Yeah. What's your number 8? What's your number 8?
This is the movie that I was saying that I feel like I had to put up here. I watched this movie with very high expectations because it's everyone's number one, or at least most people's number one. Everybody talks about it. And before I say it, like I said,
I'm nervous.
I like this movie a lot,
I'm nervous.
but I only seen it one time, and I just feel like my expectations were very high, and also like I feel like I needed to put this movie. I think Little Nicky could be in place of this film, but I got to give credit where credit's due. Wedding Singer with Drew Barrymore is like everyone's number one movie. I think it's a little
Dude,
overrated in my
Didn't even
opinion.
make my top 10.
Okay.
I was so nervous, and I was like,
Yeah.
"There's no freaking
No.
way right now."
But you know what I'm talking about. Everybody has it at number one,
It's my
and
mom.
it's
I'm pretty
like
sure it's my mom.
it's my mom's favorite too. So there you go. It's a mom
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, that's what happens. It's so great. It's my mom's favorite too. But that's the thing. Like it's listen. I love the '80s
It
vibe.
came out right when they were like, it was perfect timing for that era. You know what I mean?
It was 80s. It took place in the 80s, but it was in the 90s.
Maybe
and
that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
just not meta.
Yeah, so it was such a beautiful movie. The singing I think is kind of stupid. Like the concert stuff, it kind of always would take me out of it. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Brayden, but like it always kind of took me out of
I've
it.
seen most of it.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the
Yeah.
concert, it was like they were
Because he's a
thrown
good singer in
there.
real life, or like he's a decent singer.
Decent.
He's better than the average person.
Yeah, decent. So that's what kind of like threw me out of it was the singing stuff. Like I get where they were going with it, but it wasn't great. I will say this: The Wedding Singer is one of Adam Sandler's best made movie when it comes to acts and when it comes to pacing and jokes. There was not one joke in Wedding Singer that I didn't laugh at. Like they were, dude, it was hilarious, but they weren't like slapstick.
It is a really good movie.
It wasn't slapstick though, like Grown Ups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was a very
No,
grounded comedy. That's why all these critics love it too. You know what I mean? You ask any critic, "What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie?" They always say Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
I need to watch it again because it's been about 3 or 4 years, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I had a great time with it, and Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler, once again, always really great. This is the first time they worked together, and it was a really good film. So I need to watch it again to really take it in, but I remember being like, wow, this is everyone's favorite Adam Sandler movie. Like, are we serious?
Yeah.
But it's a great film. Like I said, I feel like I needed to put it in the top 10 because of the more, like, I don't have any cons except for the
You know what I have to agree with
dance
you
or
though?
the
It
singing.
is definitely like his best like textbook like act by act movie. Like it almost was like a stage play in real and like on
Yeah.
film. You know what I
You're
mean?
100. That's the best way to describe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
Really, really awesome.
Yeah, so I'm with you there, dude. Not really an emotional movie, but you do feel for the characters
Good performances.
and good performances. Yeah, very solid, good performances all the way around. And this is when Adam was in his prime, and you could definitely tell. So
Yeah.
love to see it, man. Love to see
Dude,
it.
my number 8 is gonna shock the world. I think it's gonna shake up the house a little bit. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. And for me, it was a movie I watched, and I'm gonna hint towards it, and it's gonna be like, what? Which one? When I played football when I was younger, this movie was really big for me. But it was just like when I think about rewatchable Adam Sandler's for me personally, I've just never found myself going back to this one like the others. Like I don't know why. I think I've maybe seen it once in the last like maybe like 5 years ago. But and I want to go back and watch it. And I feel like maybe if I did rewatch it right now, and maybe it would have gone higher. But it's gonna be The Longest Yard.
I have such a funny story to tell, but I want you to kind of go through your kind of explanation and stuff. Now I have a crazy story to tell.
I love the story that it tells. Honestly, with the prison life, I
It's a
love the
remake.
Yeah. I mean, there you go. But yeah, and it's the Adam Sandler feel on it. You know what I mean? So tis why it is so highly regarded and liked. Um, but I love the WWE characters. Like I don't know if you
Stone
know how
Cold,
many.
bro.
Dude, Stone Cold, great
Dude,
colleague,
yeah.
Goldberg.
Yep.
Dude, it was awesome.
Yep.
The Chris Rock, and that's probably my favorite Chris Rock Adam Sandler dynamic. I don't know if you ever seen The Week of.
I have seen the week of.
It's not a bad film.
Nope.
It's just
Seymour,
slow.
bro. We love Seymour.
We love
He gets
Seymour.
lost in the ball pit.
Yeah, no, yeah. No,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was just a really slow film.
Yeah.
But I think out of every Adam Sandler film, that was their best connection, and that like dynamic really led the film. And being a sports player and playing football in the element, and you're watching these prisoners like they're trying to make, you know what I mean? They're just normal dudes, or like some of these guys are normal dudes, while some of them is like the great Khali, and it's like
Yeah.
this team
Bro,
of monsters have to go on and win, and they have the old guy at the end. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, you had like Nelly in there too, bro. Like so many pop star, like
Yeah.
culture
Yeah,
guys. They brought
yeah.
it. It was cool.
But
So.
yeah, it's one of those. When I was a kid, I watched it a lot, and I think that's the big football thing. But I've never really found myself going back to it. But I love that movie, and I gave it a spot on the list. You know what I mean?
So it's so funny you mentioned the rewatch thing, bro. I first time I watched this movie was like 10 years ago, right? I just watched it again for the first time in a while, and it actually dropped a lot. Like,
Really?
when you really watch it, you realize how stupid of a movie it is. Like, there's
Yeah.
obviously some good comedy and stuff, but I find myself nowadays not taking a serious topic and then making it super funny. Like The Longest Yard, dude, the first one was a really serious film. Like, I think it was a series or was it a film? Might have been a series. I don't know.
It
But
was a film.
it was a film. It was
It
a
was a film,
really
pretty sure.
serious movie. I mean, there was not a lot of comedy at all, and you could feel it almost kind of hovering over this movie a little bit. And as a kid, I never really realized that. I thought it was just a funny film.
The only sad thing about the movie was Chris Rock's death.
And even
but
that,
everything else was hilarious.
Even that was joked around with in a way. Like,
Yeah,
what was
yeah.
great about the first movie is when
Like,
that happens,
no!
it's serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like they didn't harp on that enough. Like, that's what really bothered me watching this movie again. And I watched it all the way through, had a good time with it, laughed a lot, but I found myself going, wow, that drops probably. The Longest Yard was in my top 10. Or at least honorable mentions, and it just dropped way down for me after. So when you rewatch it again, don't have your expectations too high. I'm just letting you know, because you might love it still. I don't know. Our rankings are a lot different. I'm just saying you're gonna watch it. You're gonna see a lot of negatives, a lot of cons. You're gonna be like, ooh. So just be ready.
Yeah.
Be ready for that.
What about you, my boy? What's the number 8 looking like?
Or number 7.
Or
Number 7
I'm
for me
sorry.
is, I think, literally the most underrated Adam Sandler movie of all time, which is Rain Over Me, with Don Cheadle and Adam Sandler. This is a movie that nobody watches. Nobody watches. I don't understand why. People just don't make it mainstream. And this was basically because this is when Adam Sandler made his first real, like, dramatic, serious film, or at least a serious topic.
Don Cheadle, right?
And yeah, Don Cheadle. And made his first real serious. I mean, it's a comedy. There's a lot of actually really funny comedy in this movie. with Don Cheadle. He's actually hilarious in this. But there's a lot of serious stuff as well. It's a serious topic of, this dad who lost his wife and kids in 9/11. The plane that, I think it might have been the plane that crashed over Pennsylvania in the field or whatever.
Oh, wow.
But they were very specific. It was a very specific film. And I don't know. They said maybe I might be totally wrong. It might have been hitting the towers. I have no clue.
Yeah.
But no, the point though is he's lost his family, and basically what he has to do, and I'm not going to reveal any big spoilers, but he doesn't know how to deal with the guilt. So what he does is he literally creates a new life, and to the point where he doesn't even remember his past self. He just he lives off the money that he gets from him losing his family. He lives off that money in an apartment by himself, has no friends, only sees his landlord maybe once a month to pay the bill, and the landlord has to come to him, and usually he leaves the money under the door and stuff. Doesn't meet anybody, doesn't see anybody. He runs into Don Cheadle, his old lifelong friend, one day, and basically it's him and Don Cheadle trying to help him get through the what's what I'm looking for?
The depression almost.
Frick, I just said it earlier. Why is guilt coming to mind? It's not guilt. Getting through him mourning that's not the word I'm looking for, but him mourning his family and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a word I'm looking for and it's not coming to me, but yeah, no, so it's a beautiful story, dude. Really, really love it. I mean, you really see Don Cheadle, because they were very close friends and he didn't know what happened. They went off to college, did their own thing. They're friends in high school, or they might have been friends in college and then went off and did their own thing. So he has no idea. He's wondering why he was so, weird and so kind of out of it. And then it's just this beautiful story, like I said, of Don Cheadle and Adam Sandler's friendship finally kind of starting to come together again. You really start seeing sparks of it with a lot of different problems because, like I said, Adam Sandler's character hasn't really socialized in 20 years, or not 20 years. I think 5 years or whatever, however long it's been. So it's such a beautiful film with a very serious topic, and there's a monologue in this movie that Adam Sandler gives off toward the end that is one of my favorite pieces, or one of my favorite scenes of all time for anything. It's such a beautiful, beautiful scene, and Adam Sandler just shows, man, he deserved an Oscar or at least some kind of award. For his performance.
I want to watch it, dude. I want to see it now.
Bro, it's
that's the one we've been talking about for a while that I've been meaning to watch.
I don't want to get anybody's expectations too high, but it's one of my favorite films of all time. But when you start putting it up against some of these other Adam Sandler movies, it's like, man, when I watch an Adam Sandler movie, most of the time I want comedy. And
Adam Sandler vibe.
And there's funny stuff. There's some really, really funny stuff in this film. Because since he hasn't been socializing or whatever, he doesn't really understand the world in some aspects anymore. So he's kind of navigating through it. So it's a fun film overall. I'll stop my little rant, but definitely go watch Reign Over Me, dude. It's such a beautiful, beautiful film that's very underrated.
Damn, I gotta be watching it. I gotta look out for it. My number 7, and this is where it comes in. We talked about this before the potty. A little controversial, but Chuck and Larry, man, dude. When I saw the movie as a kid, didn't like it as much, dude. When I watched it again in high school, there was something about the movie that I just adored. I thought it was so funny. Like, I love Kevin James. I love Adam Sandler. Obviously, for me, that's, again, their best performance together. I just think that the story itself was pretty good. I liked the sad mourning of Kevin James' part, and then like the sleazeball of Adam Sandler's character finding love through the lawyer. And I just love the fire station attitude.
Jessica Biel, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Woo! Pause. But I love the fire station aspect. I love that they're firefighters and all the men, and the big dude who ended up coming out at the end. He was like, "You gave me the strength."
That was great.
It was so funny. And basically, and I'm not trying to be controversial, it just ends up having the whole community, at the end, finding out they're straight, but they, support, the whole gay community supports them so much that they're like, you can't put them in jail, and they do a whole freaking magazine or calendar.
Yeah.
It's just good you stuff. Can tell that movie, they're just like, dude, what if we just go all out and have fun with it?
And that's the thing too. It's controversial. Obviously, people say it's making fun of the LGBTQ community, but I see it more as a support. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The movie is
obviously.
literally these two straight guys who, which is the controversial part, these two straight guys who are acting gay just to, what was it, to get the, what was it?
It's so they can get like support from the government or
Yeah, like a
whatever.
security, I don't know what it was, some insurance,
Yeah,
something
like a
like that.
payment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're married. Yeah. So that's what they were going to do. I forgot exactly. I mean, it really bothers me. There's a specific
Because
reason,
his
but
wife died, and if he's married, he can't be married to another like.
it was
It was
something like
something
that.
about he
Yeah.
had to get married again, but he can't just get married
Right.
to anybody. So he was
Right,
marrying.
right, right. So it's just better for benefits and stuff. But I mean, and that's where the controversial stuff starts to come into. But I don't think they're making fun of. They make gay jokes, obviously. But number one, this movie was made in 2007, right? 2006,
Yeah.
2005, and then number two, it was out of good fun. You know what I mean? I mean, there was producers on
Exactly.
board who were literally gay, who helped
Exactly.
create this movie. So, you know, a lot of it, a lot of the gay community, I think, actually does like this film. It's just other people that are trying to kind of, you know,
Trying to find something.
yeah, just trying to find something, and it is a very easy movie to kind of pick on. But one of my
Yeah.
favorite sequences of any Adam Sandler movie ever is when they're at the big,
The fat guy.
yeah, and he's the apple. Remember Kevin James was the apple,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Yes.
what was oh my god, what was you guys flip the thing open to pee?
Yeah. Flip the thing open to pee.
And I forgot
Yes.
what was Adam Sandler, bro. Oh my
He
god,
was
oh that's gonna bother me. I'm gonna look it up. I'm looking it up.
the vampire. He was a
The
vampire.
vampire. I want to suck your blood. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
great. Oh man, there's some
And the
funny stuff
brother
in there
who's a
too.
fairy.
He's like,
I
you could
love
suck my
that.
blood, you know. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
There's what's his name? Nick Swartzen, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Hilarious, bro. Such a good actor. He's great.
Love
Love
his
him and Just
energy.
Go With It. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny stuff. But no, yeah, just a great film overall. I'm with you. It is really funny.
He's
Definitely a
one of my
funny
favorites.
film.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Number six. Number six.
Number 6 for me is Big Daddy.
Okay.
I love Big Daddy. Big Daddy is hilarious.
Whoa, dude, I'm a
Um,
bad person. I realized I didn't even put it on my list. That's
Whoa,
crazy.
that's wild.
I didn't even
This is
realize
not a
it.
film that I go to too much. It's just always
It's a good film.
it's a very
Lose at the
funny
end.
and well made movie. You know what I mean? And it really like a lot of emotion in it. You know what I mean? He literally
Can I
takes
tell
up
you
this
something?
kid. Yeah.
My only con whenever I was watching the movie when I was younger, I was like, but why don't you keep the kid? I wanted Adam
Yeah.
Sandler to keep him forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so mad when his real dad came back and he took him back. I was like,
Yeah.
no,
No,
no.
it definitely, but the characters grew though. You know what I mean? There was definitely like
No,
a
yeah,
process, and it's a beautiful film dealing with a great subject, and the Sprouse brothers, the twins are in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one, which is
yeah.
pretty cool, and they
I
do a
never knew
great
that for a
job.
long, long time,
Bro.
dude. I only found that out a few years ago.
And then once again, one of my favorite scenes of any Adam Sandler movie is when they're watching the guys that are skating and they put the sticks out, or that are rollerblading and they trip on the
Oh,
sticks and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
it's so funny, bro.
It
So
was the most maniacal film. They were just
yeah, yeah, they
little
just have
maniacal
fun with
kids,
it.
like people. Yeah,
You know, it was a kid raising a kid.
Yes.
That was their idea, and they went with it, and it was executed really well. And then you got the his wife that he went to, or his girlfriend that left him because he needs to have responsibility or whatever. He goes to
Yeah.
her house, and it's like she married this like 65-year-old dude. He's like.
Oh, dude,
He's like, why'd you marry someone's grandpa, bro? He's like
Yeah,
his
he was
old
pissed.
hairy
That was so
bald.
funny.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Such a good sequence, bro. But yeah, that Big Daddy is definitely one of my favorites. When they're peeing on the side of the building, that's obviously also really iconic. One of my favorite things of all time. The one guy that is in Airheads and a bunch of other Adam Sandler movies, Wiley from Grown Ups.
Oh, yeah. Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, he's so funny in this when he's the
One of my
homeless
favorites,
guy,
bro.
and they go up and
Yeah.
they're like, "Yo, did McDonald's stopped serving breakfast? I thought it was 11." He's like, "No, bro, it's 10:30." Like it was just that the whole thing was great, bro.
Yeah,
And they couldn't get
dude.
breakfast, like great stuff, dude. So, just a funny film, dude. I love Big Daddy. Always one
Big
that you can
Daddy is
rely
such a
on.
good one,
It's a
yeah.
really good one. The more I think about it, the more I love it.
All right. Definitely after this pick, we're done with controversial picks, but this is probably like, it's not like controversial bad. Like people hate this film,
Yeah.
and I love it. And I'm gonna put it's number 6 because it's the ridiculous 6.
I can't stand that movie.
Dude, I love
Can't
it
stand
so much. Dude, I love the cast. I love how they're all like, bro, they all have the same dad. Dude, the concept is so simple. It's old Western. This one man went around this whole, like, just let's say local area impregnated all these different women, and you get the ridiculous Six, a movie I truly felt like should have gotten a sequel. I've been waiting for it, dude. I love the Western comedy. Like, I like how they all have like special skill, or not everybody. I like how the main character, like I can't think of his name, but Adam Sandler's character is Indian, so he's got the special Indian and Western things. Like, it's just like a super funny, stupid
Yeah.
Red Dead movie. But most people hate that movie. I was watching I was looking at a few lists, and a lot of them had it like his worst movie that he's ever made. And I was like, dude, I freaking love that. That is probably my top 3 most watched Adam Sandler movies. Rewatched.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Your Murder Mystery Party was my ridiculous 6 for a while.
It's probably at like my bottom 5 for Adam Sandler movies. Like, I'm being dead serious, bro. I don't think I've ever even, maybe I might have finished it. Like, it's such a forgettable movie for me. The big dude's funny. I remember the big heist that they have to go through. I remember that. There's just, I don't know, there's stuff in it. Like, it was funny for what it was going for, but like, it was just too out there for me, dude. Like, I couldn't get into it. The editing was weird. The cinematography was weird. Like, I can't agree with you there. That's definitely a film. I respect it. I see why you like it, because it's
Dude,
really takes stupid comedy to the next level. But
most people don't like it. It's like my one like weird movie. Like, everybody hates that movie.
No, I feel you. Can't stand that one though. Now from here on out, these are movies that I love. After number 5, it's movies that I could watch every single day for the rest of my life, and I would be okay with. But number 5 is one that I love as well, which is Click. Dude, Click is a movie that
we're close. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
We were close on that one.
All right, bet. Click is a movie that I can sit there and bro, it's such a funny film, but it's probably the first movie ever that made me cry. And by cry, dude, I mean cry. Like, dog, I've only cried like that 5 times.
Sat there and had to
life.
like turn off the lights and contemplate life. Just like look off into space. Like, what the hell?
And what's crazy is it hits you really suddenly. Mm-hmm. In a way, or maybe, I don't know, maybe in the back of your, because he is gradually getting older. So maybe in the back of your head, it's a gradual build up.
Life. You know what I mean? Like, but you're kind of right in a way. Like, it is gradual, but they do, like, the whole movie is focused on how he's not like a piece of shit, but he's just like kind of like a Scrooge type guy. Like, that's kind of what they're going for. And by the time it's already like late, and he's like, he's in the hospital bed, and you're like, I thought he was just getting fat. I thought he was getting old and fat, and now he had a tumor.
Yeah.
And then now it turns into he's dying, and his family's never gonna see it. And that's how life is. Life comes up on you fast like
so
that.
Quick, and he skips past, the quick moments and stuff like that. But those are the best moments, bro. You know what I mean? Those are the moments that you gotta cherish, and it's such a deep movie, bro. And it's like, I need to watch it again and just not watch the last part, because when he gets up and walks out of the hospital bed, falls on the ground in the rain, and reaches out to his son, oh my god, bro! Like,
so bad.
I need to watch it again, because it was so beautiful, and Adam Sandler did a really good job in that. Not a lot of people talk about that.
Like, it was so bad on my heart.
Yeah,
man. It was so
and the other actors and actresses, his whole family, and that scene did a really good job. His wife and then his kids, like, dude, the acting was really, really good. They're holding him in the rain, crying. It's such a beautiful movie, dude. Love it to death. Hilarious, bro. He has so much fun with the little little clicker, bro. Yeah, it's so funny. Oh, the flap.
Dude, the flap, yo. What the hell is this?
Oh, bro. No, it's so good, man. And everything from the dog peeing to him changing the color of his skin to him muting his wife, like
his parents watching his parents.
Yeah. Bro, stuff like that. It's like
today, man.
no, it's not that. It's just like it's things that we would all do. And that's what I love about it.
Dude,
it's like
100%.
There's
it's
really
so
not
still.
Yeah, there's really not many things that he didn't do that we do. Like, they did everything. Like, they did such a good job at that concept. And dude, I love Click so much. The one negative is that at the end you do cry. You at least I don't cry anymore. I tear up because I know what to expect. But dude, the first couple times I watched that, first couple times I was sitting there bawling. No other movie not many other films have done that to me like Click has done it, which is so weird because it's a funny Adam Sandler movie. But it'll get you, man. So Click's number 5 for me. Love it, dude. Such a good movie. But after this is when it really starts to ramp up.
So I feel like ours might be close here. So I don't know. I could be out there. My number five, and um, yeah, I'll just say it here. It's gonna be Waterboy, and I love Waterboy. It is such a good freaking movie. But when I got down to the nitty gritty of my last, like the four that are in front of it, I was like, man, these four I could all justify being in front of it, and I could argue. Maybe four is like maybe a little difficult, but you'll see where I'm going with that one. But yeah, man, Waterboy is Bobby Boucher. Bobby, you H2O? You like dude, I freaking love.
Yeah.
I love the character. I love the story, and especially like I grew up single parent with my mom, so I kind of felt that like when you bring the girl over and your girlfriend isn't like, your mom doesn't like her, but she's got good intentions, and it was so nostalgic, especially like going back and watching in high school. Again, it's one of those rewatchable movies that I always found myself going back and watching. I love the plot. I love that he's a terrible football player when it consciously, but unconsciously, he's like the best ever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he can just
Like a Ray
smash into
Lewis.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, dude. And I honestly think, and this one's gonna sound weird, I think Waterboy is one that should have gotten a sequel. I think they could have went, maybe not like now, but or I mean maybe not back then, like directly, but maybe another league, or like maybe even now you could follow up on it and like maybe
Him
he's
as a
coaching now.
coach. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's like playing in an adult league one day. It's just something you never know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think like that
Arena League.
story. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But
XFL, baby.
yeah, the XFL. Yeah, I think it could be really cool to see that. But it's one of the most memed, nostalgic Adam Sandler movies, and Bobby Boucher, man, probably the best football player of all time. Man, Bobby Boucher, super iconic.
Bro, I grew I played football growing up. Love the sport of football to death. You know what I mean? I mean, you
Yeah,
know this, bro. I literally have my helmet that I wore when I
yeah,
played
yeah.
football right here on my shelf, man. And I cannot stand Waterboy. That's a movie that I know
What?
it's controversial, but dude, that's a film that
Whoa,
I cannot watch, dude. And even as a kid, like
dude.
cuz I played football. All my buddies would be
Yeah,
quoting the movie. I know all the quotes, you know what I mean? I get
yeah,
it,
yeah,
but like they'd be quoting the movie, saying they're gonna watch it after this game or watch it before the game as like a ritual, whatever it
yeah.
is. I can't get into it, bro. I don't know if it's the voice, but
Bobby
I love
Boucher.
Little Nicky, and Little Nicky's voice is terrible
What? Can I
too.
ask you a question? Because I
No,
know you don't have the. Oh, all right. Because I'm pretty sure, and I don't mean this in a bad way, that you don't
yeah.
have in your top 10 because we've already gotten this low. Um, like the Stanley movie or the Stexley movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my God, the Stewart, wait,
Let me look it up.
wait,
You know what I'm talking about, though.
the stories of the thing is that what you're talking about? Stories of
Here, let me see.
Murderitz or whatever.
I can't think of its name. I can't think of the name.
What?
It's about a dude. I can't. Hold on.
That's okay.
I'll
That
find
you
it.
really helped me out with that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, he's about a dude, man. He's a
He's
dude.
about
You
to
know what
do,
I'm saying?
man. Dude.
Sandy Wexler, that's what I meant. Sandy
I
Wexler.
hated that film.
Yeah,
It
that's
was so
they had
boring.
they had very similar voices.
But at least Waterboy was entertaining to a
Oh,
level.
dude, dude, I love Waterboy.
Yeah, Sandy
Obviously,
Wexler. I did
Sandy
like the
Wexler was.
Cobbler though. People didn't like the Cobbler. I thought the Cobbler was pretty good.
I just thought it was a little slow.
Yeah, it was a little slow, but I enjoyed it a lot more than Sandy Wexler.
Yeah,
Except for all the cameos. That was pretty cool to see all the cameos. But
yeah.
dude, the Cobbler I thought was actually pretty decent. But anyway, it's not on my top 10 or not really too
Yeah,
close to it. But
no,
I
just
definitely enjoyed it.
similar
Um,
voices.
yeah. So
But
Waterboy,
yeah, that's my thing with
I
Waterboy.
never liked it, and I know that's a big controversial pick. Everybody has it. Literally, I know I'm in the very, very, very few minority that cannot
Yeah,
stand this movie. It's a good made movie. It's one of Adam Sandler's best made movies, but it's out of like entertainment value. It's in the bottom 5 Adam Sandler movies for me. I just can't watch it, dude. I literally have not seen it since I was 11. I know I tried to watch it again like a couple years back. I didn't even get through like the first 10 minutes. I just it's not a film that I can sit there and watch, dude. I love the game of football, but number one, I don't like football movies anyway because it's so like unrealistic and it kind of just makes me mad. But number two, it's like I don't know. I love Bobby Boucher. I love the premise. It's unique. but it's just not a movie I can sit there and watch. And that's a very, very controversial take, but I cannot watch The Waterboy, and I've always stood by that. People hate me. I don't care. Cannot stand The Waterboy.
You're crazy, man.
If anybody else is watching this that doesn't like The Waterboy, let me know so I know I'm not the only person. Like, I genuinely don't like it. It's crazy. I probably am. Now we have movies in our top 4, for me at least, that I will literally watch any day of the week. I'll watch these over any other movie out there, personally.
Not to cut you off, because I know this is probably based where we are. Pixels, dude. I bought that movie on DVD, bro. I loved Pixels when it came out.
Pixels was
bro.
good.
I was
like
the biggest
Pixels.
fan of Pixels when
People
it came
hated
out,
it. People hated it.
I know.
To be honest with you, was that Adam Sandler's like last big movie theater movie?
Yeah. Before the Netflix.
Yeah.
Contract.
So, and I remember, like, wait, let's see how much it made in the box office. People hated Pixels,
I had it
bro.
pulled up, the whole page. Pixels.
Oh, wow. It actually made a lot.
18%. And Rotten Tomatoes. How much did it make?
They made they said the production budget is from about 88 to 129 million. They made about worldwide $244.9 million.
Yeah.
So they made $100 million.
I liked it. I liked the film. Haters gonna hate, brother.
Grown Ups 2, bro, made $247 million. They didn't make a third one. That's something we do need, is a third Grown Ups movie.
Do you want me to be honest? I think the whole Cameron Boyce thing screwed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Cameron.
they were supposed to do it. Nah, yeah, dude.
Yeah, I know that was sad, bro. But you could still make it though. You can make it, yeah. Yeah, but he was such, dude, I love him in that. Oh my God, but we'll get to the Grown Ups thing later. But no.
Number 4.
Yeah. Oh, there's something before that we were talking about.
I jumped on the freaking Pixels, man. I just like.
No, I do like Pixels, man. Pixels is great. I did really enjoy that film, for sure. Next one we got, like I said, I'll watch it. I've seen all these movies like 50 times at least. Just Go With It's my number 4. Love this movie to death. I've seen this movie, dude. This is probably my second. Probably the second most rewatchable Adam Sandler movie for me, right behind my number 1 movie on this list, which you probably know what it is. And Just Go With It. I can watch this movie over and over. Brooklyn Decker, hi, how are you? Jennifer Aniston's great in this movie as well. This movie, Nick Swardson's awesome in it. I love the Madison Bailey. What's the other guy's name? Griffin Gluck, I think that's how I say his name, is in it as well. He's great.
Oh, yeah.
This cast is loaded because all these kid actors actually went on to do something. And Madison Bailey was actually one of my first crushes growing up.
Wow.
This movie came out when I was in first grade, bro.
There you go, bro.
And so yeah, that this movie's just so nostalgic, bro. And it's Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston's first thing together? Right?
Wow. That's really good chemistry.
Is it their first thing together?
If I can recall, yeah.
I think it's their first thing together. Yeah, because they did. Oh, maybe I'm tripping out. But I think it is. And they just did such a good job in this movie, dude. I mean, hilarious together. This movie's just perfect. Everything, because obviously, if you guys haven't seen it, you need to go watch this movie. It's on Netflix, I think, right now. Go watch it.
It's like 50 first dates, man. They're like equivalent.
Just beautiful, man. People don't like this movie. I don't understand why.
What?
No, actually, it's actually not super hated, but it's not really loved either. But I just think it's a fun popcorn movie. Go enjoy it. You will laugh your butt off, dude.
Yeah, I like that movie a lot.
When you see the Jennifer Aniston's character and Adam Sandler's character, try to obviously, what is it, Dr. Maccabee? When he's trying to, get her looking all good because he has to act like he's. Okay, so basically the whole premise of this film is going to kind of lay it out real quick. Basically, Adam Sandler is this like millionaire plastic surgeon, and his like nurse right under him or doctor right under him at his office is Jennifer Aniston's character. Jennifer Aniston has 2 kids. Just throwing that in there, and you'll see why in a second. And so Also, bro, remember the nanny from the movie? It's always Rosalina. It's always playing on her phone.
Yeah, yeah,
She's
yeah, yeah.
hilarious, bro. But anyway, so basically, Adam Sandler, his character sleeps around with all these women. The backstory is hilarious, and he's a player, and he really is starting to fall for this girl, but he has a ring, and the reason he keeps a wedding ring because his first wife, I think, cheated on him or something. So he always keeps a wedding ring, and it's actually his pickup line at bars. He'll go up and he'll be like, he'll tell this like really bad, somber story about how bad his wife beats him and stuff. It's actually pretty messed up. It's pretty funny, and that's kind of how he would be able to sleep with these women, right? And he had a one night stand with the Brooklyn Decker girl, the new girl, and he's really fallen in love with her. But I think he had to, like, she found his like wedding ring, but she has morals. She's like, bro, I just screwed a married man. This is not what I want to do. You know, she's a woman who has morals, and he has to go through. Adam Sandler basically has to do this whole setup of how I actually am going through a divorce right now with my wife, which is Jennifer Aniston. You can meet her, do whatever, and then eventually they go on this trip to Hawaii. And it's basically Jennifer Aniston acting like she's this millionaire doctor when she's really just this, lady that's probably making, 60,000, 70,000 a year. So it's a great film. I love it. They go to Hawaii. I love the vibe of Hawaii. The characters are hilarious. Dude, you will die laughing right from the get-go, dude. I mean, this movie definitely takes some risks when it comes to comedy, but it's so good, and I love it.
It's so rewarding.
It really is, bro. I mean, this movie overall, and it's actually like a very, not emotional, but a good little, climax, and the plot is tied up in a really good way. So I love Just Go With It. It's my number 4, a movie that I can watch. I want to watch it right now just talking about
it. No, yeah, dude, totally a valid pick. I honestly I had 51st over it a little bit. Yeah, man, I love that film actually, and I'm pretty sure, right, that's their first encounter together. It's crazy to say that aloud because that's like, I don't know if I would say their chemistry is better than like in Murder Mystery. They feel super comfortable with each other in this movie.
Yeah, but it's great.
It's amazing for their first time. Yeah. My number 4, man. I was saying we were damn close. It's Click. Click, just to say the same things Logan were saying, fantastic movie. It's a comedy all throughout it, and then at the end it sneaks up on you and gets you right at the end, and it's just got this beautiful message. Adam Sandler, Christopher Walken, like, you don't get, dude, like, you know what I mean? You're watching a movie based off of what every single one of us are living through our lives. You know what I mean? Uncontrollable things, how time progresses, and it's like it is crazy how easy things would be with just a remote, you know what I mean? But the humor hits, the drama hits, man. And I'd go on more, but you said most of it earlier, and I just agree with everything. Like, it's just one of my favorite Adam Sandler films. Really rewatchable. So sad at the end. Always so sad at the end. That's actually like one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Is like, one, I love like the flap. The flap is like the most iconic Adam Sandler thing for me. I don't know why. I bring it up to people. They're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Have you never seen Click, dude?"
The flap, bro. It's so
I'm like,
funny,
the flap,
dude.
yo. But I just love this film all around. I think it's the perfect cross between. Like,
Adam Sandler did the fat suit before Brendan Fraser, by the way. Just had to throw that out there.
Yo, yeah, facts.
They beat the whale to it. Come on now.
They beat the whale, yeah. It's perfect comedy and dramatic, right in the middle. It meets right in the middle. Just perfect for me. I thought it was amazing, to be honest.
Bro, so we're actually pretty close with these because my next one's 51st Dates. So we kind of had like the same type of area right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, 51st Dates is my third one. This is a film that like a lot of moms have this as their favorite. It's probably my mom's favorite or second favorite Adam Sandler movie. And that's because, these are what, like, this is every female's dream. You know what I mean? It's like this kind of like relationship.
Tickle the heartstrings.
And yeah, dude. And this is, but I love this movie to death. Once again, love the tropical island feel. Love Adam Sandler in this movie. And I love the relationship between him and Drew Barrymore. Basically, he goes on these, this girl has short-term memory loss. She knows who she is. But she has to relive. They basically make her, like, help her, I guess, relive the same day each and every day. Everything down from the newspapers to the interactions.
So awesome.
Which I've never, and the thing is if
you'll never see that concept.
No. Ever. And the thing is if they just tell her one day, hey, because it does happen. They say it's like an off day or whatever. If she figures out that she's reliving the same day and it's not really the same, it's like September 9th or something, and sometimes she figures out that it's not that date. She'll go like, the internet or whatever was big around that time. Phones weren't big, but internet was big. So if she saw that the date was different, she'd flip out. Then they have to explain to her, hey, you had short-term memory loss. But then she'd forget about it the next day. So every day she would wake up, she would forget. So basically Adam Sandler just meets this girl, falls in love with her, and has to go on these multiple dates and actually creates a life with her there toward the end, which is so beautiful. When she has to get reintroduced to her kid again, I was like, oh, dude, it was just so deep and emotional, but a beautiful film, hilarious.
Yeah,
oh my God, what's his name? Sean, the brother. He's in the Goonies.
Not ringing a bell.
He's, him in the Goonies. He's in Bob and Stranger Things. Sean Astin, right?
Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah,
dude, okay. Hilarious, bro. His lisp in this movie they make fun of it. That's like his character trait, and they make fun. It's so funny, bro. He's like the big bodybuilder.
Sean at first, I was like,
yeah.
No, totally
so great, so great. You thought of your friend,
Yeah, dude. I'm like,
you made a co-star. But no. So I just great cast overall, and a film that I need to watch again because it's been a few years, and I love it so much, man. So 51st Dates is my number 3. I love that film to death, and it's it's probably Adam Sandler's second or third, maybe even number 1 is his best made movie. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing. No, I'll give you that. It is amazing. I just switched this actually. Because I feel
I seen you looking down. I was like, what is he doing over there?
I feel like my heart and soul I made it better.
This is a big risk. Okay, go for it.
All right. I'm putting number 3, Billy Madison. I freaking love this movie, dude. It was my number 2. I just switched to number 3. And I'm going to tell you why. Because overall as a movie, the next 2 are better movies. The reason I love Billy Madison so much, right? One, it's probably like, if not my number 1, it's my number 2 most rewatched Adam Sandler movie, probably. Top three. It's such a stupid freaking movie. It is so stupid. Like, they literally in the first 20 minutes, like, he gets chased around on a golf cart by a swan, or chases a swan on a golf cart, a dude in a swan.
Chris Farley, though, bro. Oh my God.
Dude, so funny, bro. So funny, dude.
It's good.
And then, I just love the aspect going through different grades and seeing Adam Sandler, like, honestly, he turned into the kids of each class. You know what I mean? Like,
I need to rewatch it, man.
Dude, you need to go back and rewatch it, bro. Like, when he, like, Sean made so many good points. Like, he's in the bathtub. He's like, "Oh, I'll get you, Swan." And then he's like drowning the thing, and he's just talking to himself in the bathtub. He's like, "Are you here, Swan?" And that's when his dad's trying to have this important business meeting who he's giving the company to, and he's running downstairs like pretending he's getting chased by a swan. But then like you have like,
oh yeah, that's so stupid.
He wants to sleep with like the first grade or you have like the 6th grade or the blah blah blah. The kindergarten teacher, Miss Lippy, I think her name was, and she talked about the puppy and how the puppy had its little puppy paws and little puppy snow.
Hey, Miss she was. I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
And then, so she was like a really important character. That was kind of like his introduction back into school, and she was super sweet. But then he gets the 1st grade.
Oh wait, no, maybe not. No, maybe I'm
the hot girls. The hot girl is the 1st grade teacher. So then he wants to sleep with her. And one of the students at like the thing, like he ends up peeing himself on the field trip. So Adam Sandler like wets him. He's like, "Peeing yourself is cool. Only losers don't piss their pants." And then that's when you come back. They ate all the lunches. The kids were like, "Where are lunch boxes?" Then you have like the bus driver and the other dude. They're just freaking eating 20 kid sandwiches. And then Steve Buscemi's character, one of my favorite appearances by him. He's like the weird kid in high school that Adam Sandler bullied.
Yeah.
Have you seen the film?
Yep, I've seen it.
Yeah. And then he ends up coming back and like saving him in the end.
Yeah.
But the reason this movie is ranked so highly for me is the end scene where they talk about ethics, where it's Adam Sandler's character versus the guy who's trying to take over the company. He's actually a really popular actor. I can't think of his name though.
Yep.
They basically talk about, he's like, ethics. And then he's like, well, ethics, it reminds me of a story about the puppy. And with the little puppy has his little puppy paws, and like the kindergarten teacher's like, she's like, getting so excited because he read it, and it goes into this like montage, and it goes like different cuts of him and all monumental, and then he's like, you have now probably made every single person in this room a little bit dumber. And everybody is now a little bit stupider for listening to that entire, like, just ripping into him in the most, like, man deserved an Oscar for it. And I don't know why, out of any Adam Sandler movie, I cry still to this day when I watch that scene. Like, it makes me laugh so hard. Just because of how, like, I don't know, he just roasts the shit out of him. And it's just hilarious to me.
Yeah, it's gold. It's a good one, dude. So, Billy Madison is not on my top 10, but I do really like it, and it's not like Ridiculous 6 where I can't stand it. It's a good movie. I haven't seen it in like 6 years, but I do like it. I mean, you get Chris Farley, obviously. That's one thing that kind of always brought me back to the Swan stuff. I thought was always stupid. No, it's not really my thing, but I did like the dodgeball scene. Obviously, is iconic, and there's so many good moments in it, man.
When he's trying to get like up in school, and she's like, no.
Yeah. It's so funny, 1958. Bro. Him sitting at the little tables and stuff like that, like coloring. Dude, there's so many
Sloppy
good moments.
Joe.
Yeah, I need to get back to it. Joe. I need to get back to it. But yeah, good film overall. Just not my top 10. But I do like the movie though. Like, it's not a movie that I don't like. I genuinely do enjoy it. I just need to watch it again. So my number 2, for me personally, is Happy Gilmore. This is probably the most nostalgic Adam Sandler movie for me. Everything from him putting on just the whole opening sequence of him putting on the boots and the girl leaving him going up to the little thing. And I quote this all the time, and nobody knows where it's from, and it kind of makes me mad, where he goes, I want to kiss you all over. Yeah. Over and over again. Like, bro, dog, nobody know. Every time I quote that, I look like a crazy dude, and people are just like staring at me. I'm like, you don't know? Happy Gilmore?
Yo, and if you don't mind, I don't want to cut you off, but it is almost a spoiler of the list. But Happy Gilmore is my number 1, and that is skipping the list. But
might as well talk with each other. Yeah.
I'm not. Why go back? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is my number 1. But I totally agree with you. That is if not my Billy Madison thing, that is my favorite.
Yeah.
Other favorite thing that he does.
Incredible.
Yeah, but you keep going. This is your 2.
Yeah. No. Yeah, we kind of bounce off each other though, since we both have Happy Gilmore. Just such a beautiful film, dude. Now, I keep saying this, there's probably 3 movies on here that could be his best made movie. This is a very well made movie when it comes to pacing. The story's beautiful.
Yeah.
And now that I'm into golf, I haven't seen it now that I'm into golf, so I need to watch it again now that I know all that. Freaking the dude from The Price is Right, bro.
Bob Barker,
dude. The boom.
Dude, I was just about to bring that up, dude. I love that. Boom, boom. Yo, and it's so obvious.
It's so fake, but I love it. Oh, bro. And then
when he thought he got him, he was like, that's what you get. The Price is Right, Barker, bitch. And then you see him, he grabs him like this, and
yeah, dude, I can go on and on with this film, bro.
Dude,
the beginning when they're taking his villain.
Shooter McGavin.
Shooter McGavin, bro.
Yo,
meet me on hole 9 at 8 or whatever he says, and he goes out there, sprinklers, bro. Oh my God, Rita, I can't remember her last name. Dude, she was gorgeous in this movie. The girl, beautiful, and probably,
I love the hockey crossover. Like, even though he never let that passion die for. Like, he took her on the ice for the date. So nostalgic, that opening sequence. So nostalgic, bro. Oh my God. Like, it's crazy stuff, dude. Bro, I don't even know. Grandma, dude.
And the grandma that the AC falls on. Remember, freaking Ben Stiller is so good at this, dude.
Yes. Yeah. No, dude, my favorite though, it's gotta be when he's like, "Get the ball in the hole."
No. Just
why
tap
don't
it in.
You want to go hockey?
Yeah. Just Carl Weathers, bro, or is it Carl Weathers?
I think
is that. Yeah, I think it is Carl Weathers, bro. It's just tap a roo. Just tap a roo.
Just tap it in.
And when he goes to the what the batting cage, bro, just stands in front of it. He's just like, oh, it's so funny, dude. It's
and
gold,
then he has
man.
like the memories of like, or not the memories, but the visions of
Of
like shooting with
Kiss?
his grandma. Yeah, yeah. It's like that's the
Oh,
weird random
bro.
shit that Adam Sandler would do,
Yeah.
but this time I don't know why it played
It
so well.
played so
It
well,
played
bro.
so well.
Oh, and then the mini golf stuff. That one actually
Yes,
kind of scared
yes.
me as a kid. The clown one would actually scare me.
Ugh, I
It
hate
was so
what do you
weird.
say?
Yeah.
You die clown.
Something like that. You went crazy on it, bro. Destroyed it too.
Destroyed it.
There's so many good. And then the windmill kept hitting the thing,
Oh my god, dude.
bro. Oh yeah, and the clown was I think kept spitting it out, right, dude? It's
Yes,
so
yes.
iconic. Everything
It is.
from the guy's hand, the wood hand getting run over, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll put it back together." And then like a semi comes by and runs it over.
Oh yeah, man. It is up
The
there.
alligator fight. The ending with it was pretty ridiculous, but he hits it off the thing and it goes down. You know, the little thing. And the
Yeah,
ball.
I know
goes in.
everyone. It is so funny because everyone in the movie and at home was all like, "Huh?" We're all just there like, "Please, please."
Dude,
Oh,
it's
man.
so iconic.
Carl
We
Weathers'
can go.
death.
Oh yeah, no, that actually
Yeah,
kind of
man,
hurt me
it's
a little bit.
sad.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
little sad.
but then like it was like we're doing it for him. Definitely the weirdest thing was Abe Lincoln being at the end in the sky.
Wait, wasn't there something with the Carl Weathers' death? There was something that was
His
super
arm got
funny.
bit off by an alligator. So what Adam Sandler did is he killed the alligator, cut its head off, and gave it to him as a gift. And it scared the shit out of him,
Oh
so he
yeah,
fell out of a window.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was at the end. It was the crocodile, the trainer, and then Abe Lincoln all in like heaven. And it was like because he talked about Abe Lincoln earlier.
There was something with his death though, like at the funeral or where the cat. I can't remember what it was, but there was something that he did that was just so funny. But just the movie overall, dude.
It's always that one hand, bro. I think that's what he like went to go like grab it. I know he did that a lot, where he went to go grab his hand and like took his hand out.
Yeah. He just went.
Yeah,
dude, it's so funny, bro.
but that one ended up on my number one. It's slightly edged over your number one, but like honestly, if you ask me tomorrow, it could flip. These two movies are like my
we had the
favorite.
top two. We had the same top two.
It's literally they're the two.
Originally, we had the same top two, and then you messed it up. Good stuff. Good job, Brayden. No, yeah, then we'll just kind of go to my number one and Brayden's number two. Grown Ups, probably the most watched movie for me ever.
Like,
dude, Brayden, I can literally quote every single line. Like,
I can't do that.
Dude, bro, this is a film that, like, I think has the best jokes. I think you can agree. The best jokes out of any Adam Sandler movie. Like,
No,
consistency-wise.
It's definitely,
like,
it's one of the funniest movies. And it's just, like, I give it to you. Like, it is the most rewatchable movie in probably history. Like, it is, like, you can, in any circumstance, put that movie on and anyone's having a good time. Like, if you don't, you're weird.
Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, David Spade, Rob Schneider, Kevin James. And then all the other people.
I was about to say,
the cross-eyed dude.
Yeah.
Wiley.
Wiley.
The villain dude was hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Just.
You remember,
his phone was on the line.
His phone was on the line.
Oh yeah, I'm from Saskatchewan. Or whatever he said.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. And the lady started bursting out laughing.
Yeah. And then, dude, Adam giving it up in the end.
One of the best casts of all time. Yeah, no, that was a great end to that story for sure.
Let's not sleep on the soundtrack. Like, if you could think, bro, don't sleep on the soundtrack.
It's perfect. It is perfect.
It's so good, dude.
I gotta watch this movie again. Oh, nothing too, bro.
I'm about to turn it on when we're done.
Two things. Number one, it makes you want to get a lake house with your buddies, which we need to do.
That's what I was gonna say.
We need to do.
It's the most perfect summer you could think of as like. Yeah. When people growing up from that period, especially, but people like you and me who really value stuff like that, like that is the perfect summer, like a camp house with your family and.
Bro, we need to do it. We need to all get together.
Dude, let's do it, man.
Airbnb and I'll put our money. Dude, bro, just like also the jokes, right? Like, what's weird is like you always catch a new one. Like growing up,
the Rob Schneider's daughter. The hot one. There was the ugly one that looked like him and the hot one.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that one makes sense.
Yeah.
You're definitely the dad. No, dude, bro, so freaking fun. Dude, they were nice though, man. They were nice. But I'm trying to think. It's funny when you're younger, you know a lot of the jokes. 'Cause, dude, I watched this movie right when it came out. I was kindergarten, first grade, and kindergarten when it came out, and you understand some of the jokes, but when you get older, you really start to capture so many
Because you're
good
an
jokes.
adult
That
now.
they,
Yeah,
yeah.
like what did she say when she wanted ice cream? But they were like, "You want a blowjob or whatever?"
Oh,
Not a blowjob, but
uh, I wanna. Now that you put me on the spot like this,
you know what I'm talking about, though.
oh, dude, I can hear the girl's voice.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I want to get wasted. I want to
I
get
want to get
chocolate
wasted.
wasted.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. I want to get
So, dude.
wasted.
Also, the Chris Rock joke that he did to the to his mother-in-law, bro. Yo,
Oh
you look
my
like eating a
god.
meal with a papilla on your head. Bro,
Yo,
just
dude.
jokes like that you don't know who that general was back in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Like as a kid, but when you get older and you go to, history class and you learn about these people, those jokes are so much funnier. The kid walks in, he's like,
much
"Mom."
rewarding.
Yeah, he's like, "Mom, what's the box doing attached to the back of the TV?" He's like, "That's the TV. That's the
Yeah,
TV.
dude, what
It's
are
a
you
box
doing?
TV."
Yeah.
Yo, you know what's funny too, bro? Growing up in this movie, for the longest time, bro, for like weeks, the game that they're playing in the beginning, the two kids, the cruise ship, and they got like going overboard, all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
Dude, I tried to get that game for like 2 weeks growing up. Like I was researching, trying to find it, even though it was obviously just made for the movie. I didn't know that.
Oh,
Yo, boy, I was dedicated to find that movie or that video game to play it.
Couldn't find it. You could probably
couldn't
find
find
it
it.
today, dude. Honestly,
If
someone's
someone
probably
made
made
it.
it.
Yeah,
Like an
that's
indie
true.
thing. Yeah.
That'd actually be smart. If someone hasn't, we need to hop on that, dude. But no,
Pick out of the video.
I wanted to push people off the side of a cruise ship and
Yeah, right.
chainsaw a bunch of people. Yeah, no, so that was just cool, bro. It's something I always also the cast, bro. Obviously R.I.P. to Cameron Boyce and such a terrible situation there, but
Absolutely.
he was hilarious in this movie, dude.
Yeah,
The whole rock skipping sequence. Remember they're skipping
Yeah.
rocks and the mom comes up and she's like, "Ooh, I'm really good at this," and she throws it and hits her son in the stomach.
yeah. Kevin James when he like kills the bird almost, or like the arrow in the foot, dude.
No, what he say? He says, "I fell. I heard a chirp and a crunch-like noise, but that could have been anything."
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny, bro. Like, dude, this is probably the movie I'm most passionate about when it comes to just like enjoyment, dude. Like I said, I can quote
dude.
this movie for everything. The water park stuff is gold. The 4th of
It
July
is.
stuff. I always watch this movie around 4th of July.
The
if I'm not
battle
doing
between the
anything.
groups, like everybody had that group in high school. Like you had your group and you had that group that you're just like, oh, screw
Yo,
those guys.
he goes up. He's like, the fat dude on the other side was like, "Yo, I goes up to his wife. He's like, all right, I need my daughter's cannoli." Takes the cannoli out of his daughter's hand, starts eating it.
Yeah, bro. Just dude, fucking mouse that. Fist it, dude. I know exactly what you're
Your
talking.
recreation was perfect. Everybody that's listening on Spotify, oh my god, you don't know, man. That was hilarious. It's so perfect. He like the way he bit it. I don't know. It was so satisfying. But no, dude, we can go on like moments. I mean, Maze, it's amazing.
It's
That
amazing.
was great. Two more that just are on the back. I go on and on, bro. Is the freaking that's another one.
The dog, dude. The dog too.
The grandma. Oh yeah, oh yeah. What's that turkey
Did
doing in
somebody
the
kill
backyard?
that thing? Yeah.
Yo, and then the grandma, bro. The Chris Rock's mother-in-law, bro. It's like my infected area is pretty big, and he's like, who let Toby Bryan in here? Dude, it's
Yo,
so funny,
yeah,
dude.
bro.
It's so good, man.
That and Rob Schneider's like
dehydrated
dude,
fruit.
the
Dehydrated fruit,
yo,
dude.
yeah.
Bro, it's like a it's like an elephant's leg, and he slaps him in the face with it. Oh my god, dude! And then, I know you want to talk about his 9-year-old girlfriend that he has.
No, dude. But hey, I mean, you started with play on there. She was hilarious. I love their dynamic. But
bro,
it honestly had me thinking about Spade when they had him like, where Kevin James and Adam Sandler are, like playing a prank on him when they're both drinking the jugs of milk. Like,
He
dude, you
wakes up
see
with
how
the
many
suction cup.
iconic moments there are.
Bro, and then the old grandma too, bro. Also the toupee stuff was great. That had me dying with Rob Schneider. Remember, he walks away and it's just flapping.
And I liked the homage of like it was their basketball coach who like passed away and like
yeah,
you know what I mean. Like there was
that guy's
this
in a
real
bunch of
sense
Adam
family
Sandler
to
stuff.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was great. But the one line from the grandma that I love so much is when there's like him and her and Rob Schneider. are sitting there and they're like, oh yeah, we got the water bed for us. And then you're like, ooh, we're gonna practice our backstroke tonight. And the one girl goes, ooh, I want to go swimming with you guys. Can I go swimming?
Like, no, no, no. Oh my God, I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
This movie, we gotta get a lake house one day, bro. One weekend we just need to hit it up. You know what I mean? Just makes you want to do it, bro. That'd be so much fun. There's some nice lake houses. We can get one. Yeah. We're in Florida. They're everywhere.
Oh yeah, easy.
We'll be Definitely Gucci.
Easy, and especially if we get a good group. Yeah.
But this movie, I rank a 9.8. That's how it's my favorite movie. I'll rank it a 10. It's literally my favorite movie of all time. It's my favorite movie ever. I'll give it a 10, dude. Screw it. I love it to death.
I'll give it a 10 with you. Dude.
There's nothing there's not a, there's like sequences in movies that you love that you sit there and you're like, oh, it's this part again. Yeah. There's not one moment in this movie that I watch and I'm like, oh, this is not. I wish we could like skip past this part.
Yeah,
dude. When you get this cast together,
you do that in like videos and movies. Like it's like the boring part. You skip like a minute in or like just come on. Yeah, you're just talking about random stuff like filler.
This movie doesn't have that. Like it's consistently good stuff, bro. Mulan. Oh yeah, what is that? Remember
relatable meta movie, dude. At the time,
dude. So relatable, bro. And then it's like, remember the younger kid, Adam Sandler's older, not Cameron Boyce, but the other actor was sitting there and he's talking about Mulan and he's like, PlayStation 3's in every room and there's a boobies on Italian TV and Kevin James looks over and to Chris Rock, he's like, we're going to Italy.
Yeah.
His wife like hit him. Yo, it's so funny.
And that's maybe something they could do like grown-ups and like the kids don't come on this one. Like the kids are in it. But, like, maybe, like, they go to Italy, like you said, and it's, like, just the dads that go on a trip.
And Grown Ups 2 was perfect. Like, people don't – it's not as good. It's a big drop from Grown Ups 1, but I love Grown Ups 2 as well. But it's because Grown Ups 1 is so good. Yeah.
But you never made Grown Ups 1. Grown Ups 2, I feel like, is, like, a good, like, 8.4 movie.
I love Grown Up. People – it's bad. It's a bad movie, but it's my guilty pleasure.
But, no, and it's, like, honestly, dude, I think it's a perfect second, though. I really do. Because then, like, what were they going to do next? Right. Dude, of course, they go back to kind of have like a retreat and the young studs try and be little assholes. Yeah. And it was perfect because you had the kids and the parents fighting like the middle, the middle teenage. Yeah. Dude, I don't know why people shit on that movie.
Bro, oh my God, don't even get me started, bro. I can
about to watch Grown Ups.
I will sit there and review Grown Ups 2 right now as well, but we can't be doing that. But no, dude, Grown Ups 2, it's a really solid film too. The whole car wash scene is probably the first thing I think of.
Oh yeah,
and then
dude.
The scene after those guys do like Taylor, the dude from Twilight, and they do like the long handshake or whatever.
Oh, Taylor Lautner, yeah.
Yeah, dude. and then all the the boys, Adam Sandler and everybody look over at each other and like see how we say hi to each other and they just shake each other's hands. Hey, how's it going, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you,
dude. So funny, bro. Such a good movie, man. And then David Spade's girlfriend.
Dude, fucking Shaq was in it.
Shaq was in it, dude. Shaq was in it. Put your hands in the air. Hey, wait from like you just don't care. Say oh. Yo. Oh my God. And then one more too, bro.
When he was in the raft.
Dude, when he opens the raft in the store is probably the funniest moment I've ever seen in any Adam Sandler movie, bro. Yo, there's so many good.
Great actor,
and then
dude.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, too. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, bro.
He was, God, he was the boyfriend.
Bro,
when he was like, I'm gonna punch
the nice teacher.
Don't hit me.
Yeah. So good, bro. That's a good movie. But Grown Ups 1's just different, bro.
Yeah. That is just a god tier movie. Good. But God blessed us with it.
It's incredible. But there you guys go, man. Those are our top 10 Adam Sandler movies. You guys let us know your ranking down below because I want to hear this. And I know we both had some pretty controversial picks. Probably
definitely.
Not one bigger than my Waterboy one, but still we both had some crazy ones. And yeah, you guys let us know your top 10, man. What do you think are our movies? And if you want to, you can rank your top 10 and then rank what we have as our top 10. So I'm going to do my top 10 from 10 to 1. It goes, actually we'll go from top to bottom. It goes Grown Ups, Happy Gilmore, 51st Dates, Just Go With It, Click, Big Daddy, Reign Over Me, Wedding Singer, Mr. Deeds, and Murder Mystery. Honorable mention is Bulletproof. I want you guys to rank those two and let us know. And then Brayden, what's your top 10?
I'm going right. Okay. You're good, so it is Happy Gilmore, Grown Ups, Billy Madison, Click, Waterboy, The Ridiculous Six, Chuck and Larry, The Longest Yard, 51st Dates, and Uncut Gems. Honorable Zohan, Legend Zohan, and 8 Crazy Nights, man.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, you guys go ahead and rank those two and let us know what you think, and tell us what any underrated Adam Sandler movie out there is. Let me know for sure. But yeah, Brayden, I think that's gonna be it for our little segments today, man. On today's podcast, over 2 hours long. Love to see it. These are the best ones, man.
Adam deserved it, bro. Mr. Sandler deserves all my time.
This is a Sandler episode, dude.
It's my baby boy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Dude, we need to do we need to do a review of the grown-ups movies. We just need to. I don't know. I want to do one now. I want to watch them, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
We just gotta do grown-ups 1 and 2, and then do a conspiracy third.
Yeah.
When is it coming? The release date? Who's gonna be in it?
Dude, they what's crazy is they've mentioned it so much. And then even after Cameron Boyce passed away, they still mentioned it. Yeah. And then they're not doing it though. But because Rob Schneider wasn't in the second one, which I never understood why, actually.
I didn't either. I didn't know if it was a filming thing because they're still friends.
No, actually, no, I do remember. It was a filming thing. He was in, like, Paris or something. And doing something that I think it was only the pilot. Didn't get picked up. So it was kind of an all for nothing type thing, which really sucked. But we got Nick Swartzen as if it was his brother or whatever. But you could still bring him back in the third one. But yeah. But no, yeah, we need another. Dude, give me Grown Ups 3 and I'll be happy. And they're getting up there in age, so they need to do it now. They need to do it now.
Before they get too old.
Yeah, they're already almost 60, but
I haven't seen Kevin James act in a while.
Dude, he did the TikTok or like the little short YouTube clips. Remember he was like the sound guy, the boom guy. Remember those?
Yeah.
Those are pretty good. He's bald now. He's rocking the bald.
Yeah.
But with the beard. Looks good. Looks good with it though.
Yeah, he does look good.
That,
I'm ready for Mall Cop 3. I never saw Mall Cop 2.
No? It's the first one's the best.
Iconic.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. Love to see it. Yeah, you guys let us know, man. Your top 10 as always. What you guys think of Murder Mystery 2? As always, if you guys see any like acting news, let us know. We'll hop on it for sure.
Yeah, we always read your comments and we're looking for new info. We're looking for your opinions. So
factual.
Put it down there.
I gotta tell you something after. I'll tell you that after straight. There's the podcast. But yeah, really appreciate you guys watching this episode, man. 10 episodes in, we're here, baby. We are here. I am here. We really do love you guys, man.
10 episodes in a row.
And here's to 10 more. We got a lot of good stuff coming up.
Oh my God.
All kinds of stuff. So we are hype. Cannot wait,
Eat it like
man.
the cannoli, baby.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? The way he did it, that was not even realistic. Yeah, he did some crazy stuff. But also another thing that just came to my mind from Grown Ups is when Wiley hangs by his feet and he goes through the thing and it's so good. But yeah, we really do appreciate y'all, man.
Animal?
Yeah. I'm an animal. Oh, dude, that was so funny, man. But they make the jokes throughout. Yo, Wiley, was it good? Was it good?
Was a good man.
Can you get something on the top shelf for me?
Yeah.
But no, we really do love you guys, man, and we really do appreciate all the support. Make sure you guys tell your friends and family about the potty too. Get them on here. You know what I mean?
Spread the
word, man. Get the fan base going a little bit. But yeah, you guys let us know any recommendations for guests, any recommendations for movie reviews, all that fun stuff. But man, this episode is gonna be the episode 11. It's gonna be great. You guys are gonna love it. So I cannot wait for you guys to see it. But yeah, Brayden, you have anything else to say to him before we go?
Just that I love you. I love you.
I love you.
I am here. We are
love
here,
y'all, man. Seriously,
yeah, we're so happy with everything you guys have done for us, and just continue to share, continue to comment. We like to answer. So
yep. Bet that. But yeah, we'll see you guys episode 11. You guys stay safe this week.
Big episode.
We'll see you next Monday.
See you then.
Later.